Hello. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you or you are. Happy! Now it's Thursday. We made it. We got there. I don't know how many blankets I need, actually. I've been bundling up, but it's, I don't know, it looks sunny outside, although that won't make a difference for like 5 hours. Hello, everybody! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get my chat set up. I think I sorted out what was the trouble with my browser, so that should be all better today, hopefully. Silver Stitcher, thank you for the 37-month resub. Appreciate it. Man, I flat ironed my bangs in the last like 45 seconds of the stream countdown, and it took me straight back to high school. Holy moly. Nothing like the smell of hot hair to give you nostalgia. How is everybody doing today? Let's see here. We are looking at some Warlock delves. I don't remember if I got all the keys, actually. I think I still have a couple more to get. And I want to do more 8s, which is going to be fun because it's going to get her champion gear, which she desperately needs because she is brand new to level 80 and she needs all the help she can get. And it's going to be fun because I'm going to do some with Flabby. So they shouldn't take as long as they would otherwise. We struggled through one to prove that we can. It wasn't actually that bad. It took us, what, 15 minutes maybe yesterday? How are we doing? Morning happy music. Good morning. Good morning. Finish up some coffee. Thursday. I was going to say I have raid again tonight, but I don't because we cleared it last night. We're down to a 1-night heroic clear. I'm very pleased about that. I wasn't sure because we had to reprogress in a couple of things. We were having a bear of a time trying to get our life together on Styx Bunk Junker, which is a fight that we should know like backwards and forwards, but sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes you have the trash ball and you just get the red mist. And then you don't see the bombs through the red mist. So one thing I'm going to do, because this character is pretty fresh and she hasn't done it yet, is I'm actually going to take her on a really quick tour of the Renown quartermasters to pick up the crests and valor stones, and then there's also one free key from each one. So that's that guy. This guy will actually do the Ringing Deeps ones. You don't have to go down there. And then there'll be one more in Hellowfall and one in Azerothian, and then of course one in Undermine. Oh, hang on. I have Brave Rocks. Also, I wonder if I ought to do the theater troupe actually, because I think I still need a key. Brave Rocks. I think I still need a key, and I might be able to make it if I, like, run. So let's run. Seem to be in the phase of growing out where it looks different day to day. I'm just doing different stuff with it for the most part. It's like, it's long enough to have a couple of choices, but it's not really long enough for those choices to be terribly unique. So, I had a weird dream where it was, like, this long again overnight, and I had dyed it pink, but then also purple, but then it was flat on top and it was curly underneath. And I was trying to explain it to my stream, but then I realized in the dream, which is like a next level roast, that nobody in my stream cared what I was talking about because it wasn't interesting. Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, did you bring your chicken? I like asking those obvious questions. He brought his chicken. So I'll pick up the weekly, reporting for duty, see if I can make it. There we go. And then we can check in with the hi, buddy. Don't mind my laundry. I have my drying rack posted up in my office. Oh, but you're so cute right there. You're okay, honey bun. Hi. You can't have any of my plushies. You can't. You've distressed a few too many of them already. I don't think I'm getting that weekly done because I didn't earn any audience approval. I showed up just a tiny bit too late. Gerwig's not going to save me here. Yeah, well, it was worth a try. Do you think I can bow like 33 times? Gonna make a cute avatar or a picture of Moose? For his, like, what? For his AIM screen name? Mr. Moose. Or you mean like a chat emote? Moose emotes? They've been on the list, although they've been on the list for like a year. For his dating profile, obviously. Oh, man. Moosey has a lot of friends. Every now and then he'll meet a dog and somebody will be like, oh, so-and-so. That's Moose. It's your boyfriend. And if true, then he really gets around because he's got a few of those. Okay. So I was going to do Hellowfall and Azerothian to pick up keys. And it wouldn't kill me to do another weekly box. Oh, you know what I should do is I should finish the Cinderbee thing. Let's do that. So that'll help. I just want to make sure I got my 4 keys from boxes. And it's kind of hard to count because I've picked up a bunch from the Renown quartermasters as well. I think at this point I have more than enough to do. Actually, I need one more to be getting on with for today. Because we'll do 4, but we should get 1 out of this. Because I would have gotten 2 down. Yeah, I think I have 2, maybe 3. But then I have 3. But then I should have gotten some more from doing those. Maybe they don't give new coffer keys? No, they definitely did give restored coffer keys. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm going to find a group for this thing. And then I suppose we can turn off the webcam if it's just broadcasting Moose's rubber chicken with that moose. You need the dog for that to be worth any juice. Where are these people? Here they are. Lovely. Starting to get the hang of Warlock. I don't know if there's any possibility for any DPS spec really to like blow my mind and be like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. I feel like I'm at a point with like WoW damage where they're all lovely, they're all fine, they're all enjoyable. There's some that I definitely like worse. There's definitely a couple historically, I guess. I haven't tried them recently, so maybe they've redeemed them, but that have been less fun or more frustrating to play. But most of them, by and large, seem fine, functional. So then the fun aspect would just be if you really like the aesthetics. I don't know. I know some people really get into like the differences between different playstyles, and it's not that I don't understand that there are differences. I think they're just not that important to me. My dog have to get the indestructible toys or else she will destroy it. Yeah, I've learned the hard way that there's no such thing when you really get down to it as indestructible. I've also, for Moose anyways, the tougher a toy is, the less fun it is sometimes. Like, there are some exceptions to that. He really likes things that squeak. So if I can get something really tough that also squeaks, like these, that rubber chicken's awesome. That's an Outward Hound latex toy. Those ones are good. But I got him like these super durable like rings to teeth on and play with when he was a puppy. And that was the only object in his life, both including and not including his toys, where he was like, Mom, what's this even for? What are you showing this to me for? I don't want it. Like, it's boring. I can't do anything to this. Look, I chew on it and nothing happens. Like, I think he likes destroying things. Although it's not super sustainable. Poor guy doesn't get plush very much, even though he really likes them, because it's just a matter of time before he rips off a limb and eats it. And if he just ripped it apart and made a mess on the floor, then I would probably still get him some every now and then, but he does consume them, and that makes me upset. Oh, I could get some coffer key shards over here. Those might be useful. Also, there's an adventures cache. Yes, it did have a coffer key. Okay. So I have 4. You know what? We don't need to worry about the kobolds. Let me /whisper Flabby. Hello. Dog puts a hole in plushies in like 5 seconds. Yep. I'm familiar with that game. I know all about that. Oh, he gets his grinders out. He'll inspect the toy for weak points and then decide if he needs his punchers or his shearing tools, which is, you know, his canines or his molars. Okay. Let's do /invite Flabby. And then I'm going to set Flabby to leader because his brand is still a bit ahead of mine. His brand is nearly level 80, actually. He's almost finished his. Pup had a rope toy and he sensed it was getting weak and ripping. Then it's time to really go for it and finish it off. Yeah. Rope toys are also a tough one with Moose. He loves playing with them, but it's like the plushies. He just wants to rip it to shreds and then eat them. When did you replace Cersei's circlet? So the Wowhead guy told me to do it when I had a BIS statted hero or myth track ring. And that was like fully upgraded. And that's kind of sort of what I did. I got a ring that was pretty close and then I was like, I just want to take this thing off. I wanted the extra, what was it, stamina from having a higher item level ring at a certain point. So that's what I ended up doing. Let's do this. It will be different for different specs, though. Some specs, I think, never replace it. And then some specs, maybe it's not as good. I haven't got one on this character yet, actually. I did one for Anthus, and he's the only alt that got one. It doesn't take terribly long, but I don't know. It took longer than I was willing to put effort into it. Okay. So our 4 Bountiful Delves today, it looks like we have... Actually, you know what I can do to see them? Let's go to my Delve Companion add-on. It looks like Fungal Folly, Excavation Site 9, Mycomancer Cavern, and Tak-Rethan Abyss. All of those are delves where I have all the stories done, so I'm not looking for any particular stories. Stories-wise, I'm missing 1, 2, 3. Underkeep, Earthcrawl, and Dread Pit. Maybe outside of this, I'll start, like, checking those every day. Where are we starting? Fungal Folly. Up top here. Let's do that. Do you think you'd ever level an Earthen? I don't want to rule it out because, like, you know, they didn't do anything to me. But it's... The motivation is not there. the interest is not there. Let's have Brand heal, just because my thinking is that I am likely to get myself into trouble, and I'm going to want some healing pots to step on. Where is Fungal Folly? It's around here somewhere. Here we go. Delve Companion is the name of that Delve UI add-on. Alright, I want to make a soul well, so that there can be soul stones for people. And I don't remember but I don't remember how to do it. Oh no, soul well. Does it just make... Oh, there it is. Create soul well. There we go. I mean, should I be not an undead? Oh. There we go. It's the only possible improvement. Okay, I have a Hellstone. I'm gonna probably Soulstone myself because I'm the one that is in the most mortal of danger. Should be all good to go. Earthen, most boring race I've ever seen. They look pretty. They have lots of options. I was able to make some Earthen that I was like, that's a good Earthen. But there's no oh man, if only I could play as one of those kind of thing for me. Don't like that they sound miserable whenever you talk to them. It makes me sad. I am gonna start slowly. Oh, you know what? I clipped the rock. That's what happened. Well, I didn't have any, well, I guess I did, actually. I was gonna say. Off to a wonderful start. I want to rescue you. Wait, no! This is why we have... No! This is why we have a healer brand! It is too early in the morning. I mean, it's 9:19. I've been up since 7:30. I don't have... It's not a good excuse, but this is a mess! Okay, that one. This one. I'm not going to do a meaningful amount of damage next to Flabby because no one does. But I'm still going to try and press my buttons. Although, maybe I should have like a tank pet back. Let's summon Cragmoth over here. Nice. That fall was really unlucky. I've seen that happen before too. Like it's definitely a risk. I'm not the only person that's died there. Flabby plays a Dark Iron Dwarf. And he makes really, really good use of the... I forget what it's called, but like the Dark Iron Dwarf version of Stone Form where they cleanse afflictions on them to give themselves a buff. He is really good at knowing the most dangerous dots that he could possibly get on him and when it would be really convenient for him to dispel them himself. It makes it a ton easier to heal him in dungeons. Anytime there's like a pair of debuffs dots that go out and you have to dispel one and then just heal through the other one, I just dispel the other one, Flabby cleanses it, and then I get a little vacation.
Watch your step.
And this character level 619. She's still got a couple of pieces of non-80 gear to replace, but for the most part... Oh yeah, I should help, huh? Did we do it? We did it. A couple pieces in on 80 to replace. This was the first story that I ever did on my on my Ret Paladin. This is the first one that Anthus did when he first hit level 80 on an 8, and it was such a struggle. There was really no good place to stand, and he was so under-geared that everything would kill him. My brain is levels. He just hit 70 yesterday, so I've still got a ways to go. I'm looking forward to getting him to 80, because that's the point at which I'm going to commit to working on Underpin double question mark. Either on Inksy or maybe on a different alt. You know, Boppin's got pretty good item levels, so and BM Hunter is probably a little better suited to that challenge, so maybe I'll do that. There's a curiosity over here. I made something new for dinner last night, which doesn't sound like an exciting story, but it is to me because I have a really hard time getting out of my rut with food. It's usually kind of a big deal if I'd made anything at all, even if it's like an easy thing that I normally make. So to make something that I'd never made before, this was a pretty big step, especially for a raid night. It was something that like I must have liked the look of the recipe when I first read it because I bought the ingredients for it. But then I kind of was almost afraid to make it because I was like, oh, what if it's weird? It sounds like it could be weird. It was a broccoli tofu divan. What's your step? Which is a vegetarian take on a old-fashioned chicken casserole from like the 1920s and 30s, which was basically like chicken and broccoli in a casserole with like cheese sauce and then breadcrumbs and cheese on top. But instead of chicken, there was tofu. I had some sauteed onions in there. You make the cheese sauce just basically the same way that you would for a mac and cheese with the bechamel. And it actually was like really good. I was eating it during raid being like, this actually goes pretty hard. I'm not mad at that. I was worried it would be weird. It's not weird. I would maybe even make it again. I didn't have any breadcrumbs, so I just made a piece of toast. And I toasted it pretty good, and then I just, like, broke it up into a lot of pieces. I know you can do it in a blender if you have stale bread, but I didn't want to make another dish dirty, so I just kind of, like, with clean hands, just kind of, like, you know, abused the toast. Hazel, hello! How you doing? Did you have a favorite quest from Undermine? I liked the lawyer thing. I know that was, like, I guess it wasn't main campaign. It was a side quest. It was just a long side quest, but the whole who inherits the Galagio inheritance law arc was pretty funny. You never would have thought of goblins having lawyers, but it makes sense. And it was everything that you wanted it to be. I don't know which of my add-ons are struggling. Maybe I should run some updates. I've been having that warning for a few days. Oopsies. Oh yeah, we gotta go up there. There's a curiosity over there, but I don't need it. I don't need it. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's your step? Malevolence. And what's your step? I wonder if I should always hold at least one soul shard so I can still cast things that need one of them if it comes up. That might be true. What's your step? I have another new recipe to try tonight that I have ingredients for. So I might, if I'm feeling up to it, I might try and make another thing. It's a lentil taco recipe. It sounds pretty good. It sounds good. I think it'll be good. The trick is to do your meal planning when you're a little bit hungry, and then just trust that Hungry You was like on top of it. Trust that Hungry You made good choices about which sort of things you should make. I want this one. I also realized what one of my problems was with like ingredients in my pantry is I always felt like I felt bad for even cooking at home because I would buy ingredients and I would like not really use them all and then things would go bad, and I hate throwing out food, but like especially if it's in the fridge, anything that's out of sight is kind of out of mind, and I can very easily go like a week and totally forget that I had stuff. I think that's a problem for a lot of people, but it's also a problem for me. And I realized well, at least one of the aspects of what it was is I have this desire to not finish things. Like, I don't want to use the last of something in a container. It's not that I never do it, but like I have kind of an instinct to save a little bit for later, even when later is not a thing. Like, it's not an ingredient I'm going to use later. It's something that is time sensitive. I really should just use all of it. I bought broccoli to make this casserole with, and I used all the broccoli to make the casserole, and I found myself when I was putting it, I was like, oh my gosh, am I wasting this broccoli? Like, I know it's fresh and this is what I bought it for, but I'm using all of it at once? It seems kind of crazy. And then it occurred to me that, well, now this is great because it's not going to just like rot in my fridge. This is the beauty of shopping for just a couple of meals at once, is that you can use things and not have them get old. I've been inventorying the cupboards and getting rid of stuff that I'm just not going to eat. And it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice to not have like a huge backlog of options that aren't good options. Did you get hooked in last year's broccolini trend? I'm sorry, there was a broccolini trend? Do vegetables trend? Were there like celebrities on the red carpet with just holding like an offhand of broccolini the same way that my character holds an offhand of garlic knots? That's crazy, right? What if I need these potions later in game syndrome? Exactly, but like with broccoli. It was the hip cool vegetable. Oh my gosh. I got champion legs, which is really sad because I didn't need them at all. So we're sad. We're socket adding devices sad. All the restaurants were doing them. Yeah, I haven't really been out to a lot of restaurants. I do like broccolini. I got it once. I had an imperfect vegetable delivery thing back when I lived in the States, and they gave me broccolini once, and I steamed it, and I felt really fancy. It was yummy. But I also like regular broccoli, and it's a little bit easier to find. Although it was funny, there was I will be brief about this because I guess it's technically political, but there's a big sentiment in Canada to buy food that is not from the US, and in service of that, lots of grocers will kind of put Canada markers for like produced in Canada foods and whatnot. They'll try to show where things come from, but you can tell when they don't. Excavation. You can tell when they don't because like they really have something they need to get rid of. So I was buying broccoli and I get to the broccoli thing and it said broccoli from Mexico and United States, and it was all like mixed together. I thought it was really funny that that's the only way they can sell the American broccoli was by like putting it undercover with the Mexican broccoli. So that you'll never know. Yeah, it was pretty goofy. We are, although I still bought some because to be honest I needed broccoli. We're getting Excavation Site 9. So I'm going to probably take the portal and then do the drill to get up there. Remember how people were going wild over kale? I really don't. Like in the grocery store? In the streets? I think I'm just not in contact with these people that are embracing trendy vegetables. I think I've just not met them. I'm not invited to their parties. It was a personal achievement when I finished a tub of kimchi. It took me months. I bought one of those big jars of kimchi once because I was convinced that I was going to be all about it. And then I discovered that I liked it okay, but not enough to eat it very often. And I eventually had to give up. Candy makes me sick. My sister has some kale growing at her place, and my 3-year-old nephew every now and then will be like, I would like kale. And then my sister's like, okay. If that's what you really want, she'll go pick him like a little piece of kale and he'll just like nibble on it, and it's very strange. It's cute. It's really cute. Very big. One of the traditional dishes from my country. I haven't picked it up very much because it tends to be a bit spendy, and also it's not something that I usually desire strongly. I'm more of a cooked vegetables kind of person. I guess you can cook kale. There was a recipe for kale actually in the World of Warcraft cookbook. If I was going to combine these these topics of conversation. It was for honey spiced lichen from Northrend, and they did it by making like honey coated kale that you would then crisp in the oven to like kind of toast it up and dry it out. And I tried to make this, but my dressing would not, like, it was way too thick. Maybe I put too much of it on or something. It's hard to not put a lot on when it's like basically like oily honey. It sticks to everything. And it would not crisp, so it ended up just being kind of like hot, limp kale. Like, it tasted nice. The dressing was a lovely flavor. It tasted very nice, but it was not the texture I think they were going for. One thing I'm doing now with recipes that I'm trying is whenever they call for just like 2 tablespoons of one thing that I don't have, like this casserole recipe wanted me to use for the sauce 2 tablespoons of either sherry or red grape juice, neither of which I have. And I was thinking, well, I could spend like $6 to buy a container of grape juice or whatever on earth you would spend for sherry. I don't even know where you would buy that. Or I could just not do that and not worry about it. The sauce has other ingredients. I think it's going to be fine. And it was completely fine. I think that's my new protocol is just try it without the weird thing that you don't already have. And if it's boring, if it's bland, or if you can't make it work somehow, then, and you're also really committed to that recipe, then maybe look into getting the thing. But like, in a past life, I just would have been like, oh man, I need the grape juice, and I would have bought it, and then I would have had a tub of grape juice that I would not have had for anything else. It's not something I'm just gonna like pour into a cup and drink. Kale crisps, very big with my vegetarian friends. I went to stay with a Scottish friend. Every night he'd throw a big bag of kale in the oven and use it as chips in front of the TV. Oh, that's clever. It probably crisps a little better if you don't soak it in honey first. Oh, I'm helping. Look at me, I'm helping. I haven't decided if I'm going to try and pug any normal raids in any of my alts. I haven't been doing so far, but some of them are at the item level where they could pretty easily get in. What food would you say is your guilty pleasure? I like an O. Henry bar. It's a candy bar. And I like to... It's not something I have all the time, but I like to kind of keep them around for emergencies, you know? It's a... I think it's vaguely Canadian. I feel like you don't always find them. I didn't see them when I was in the States all the time. But peanuts, chocolate, maybe some caramel involved. It's a candy bar, so it all tastes vaguely like cardboard, but I guess I'm nostalgic for them or something. Literally gonna ask you this while munching on peanut M&Ms. I also discovered that, you know Kinder eggs, right? They have like the little toy in them. And then the chocolate is kind of like a layer of like milk chocolate and then a layer of, I guess, white chocolate. Kind of hard to tell. Milk-based candy solid. And I liked those. But at a certain point, the toy is basically just extra plastic that I'm going to throw out. So I discovered that Kinder actually sells bars of the egg chocolate. Not the Kinder Bueno, although those are also good. But they'll actually sell just like a bar of like the milk and then the white chocolate layers. So when I don't find them everywhere. They're not as commonly carried as something like an O. Henry, but I'll pick those up if I see them too, and I'll just keep them in the fridge so that sometimes that urge will strike too. Kinder bar illegal in the U.S. death candy eggs. Yeah, those are the ones. I can't say they killed me in my childhood, but maybe I was a particularly safe child. Are you an ice cream person? Honestly, not really. It's not that I don't like it, but it tends to get, like, I'll buy ice cream for something, and then I'll have it in my fridge, or freezer, or whatever. And it'll just stay there and eventually get freezer burnt, and eventually I'll just, like, give up on it and throw it out, because I just don't go for it. It's too cold. I don't like eating things that are really cold, because I get cold, and I get cold for hours. So I'll have ice cream like on a piece of like fresh apple pie. I'll have a scoop of vanilla ice cream on stuff, but I think I'm past the point where I'm just gonna have a bowl of ice cream. I just don't do it. It doesn't feel very good. You can't sell sweets with a toy inside, even though there are age warnings on there. Funny how much international audiences love Kinder Chocolate. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's gourmet. It's definitely still like mass-produced candy bar level chocolate. It's like the sugar part of it's just going to burn your tongue. But, you know, that's what you're in the mood for. Bought one recently, was surprisingly pleased with the toy. I got a couple of them as an adult over the years, and I was always very displeased with the toy. Maybe I got bad toys, but I got a couple of toys that didn't need any assembly at all. One of them was just like a fridge magnet with a sticker on it for you to put a little picture. But it was like a tiny fridge magnet, and also my fridge isn't even magnetic, so like I have nowhere to put it. And also, even if I did, I don't think I would put that toy in my fridge. And then I forget what the other one was. It didn't really do anything. I remember getting like spinning tops from them, and those were fun. Air Bakery, thank you for the 66-month resub. Good morning, Hazel and chat. Good morning. Even lower tier German chocolate, far superior to American. I buy that. Got 2 kilos of strawberries. That is a lot of strawberries. Are you gonna make something with them? Are you just gonna eat them? Got a little dryad figure that you put together with flower hair made of paper. See, that sounds cute. That sounds fun. International people don't have access to it all the time. They regularly lose their mind when they try it. Commonly named as favorite sweets from the country. Well, where are they available then? It's not just a Canada thing. That or Haribo. I do like them, so I'm not exactly bucking the trend here. I do like Kinder Chocolate. Are you in healing spec? I'm a Warlock. Are you bullying me? Are you fla-bullying? He's right, I'm not doing a ton of damage. I don't always get time to get my dots up. Which Warlock has the big drain lives? Very good, very good. Highly profitable fletch. Affliction? Yeah, affliction. I've been enjoying it. Nice, nice. That's what I say every time a Shadow Priest does bad damage. Everything is dying too fast. I mean, for dot specs, it's absolutely true. In a dungeon, like a low key, dot specs are about the worst thing that you can be. They have anything with ramp time is going to be having a bad day. Boy, I don't know if Boy is Destro or Demo. He's one of them. I think he was Destro, but maybe he'll cover the other two. I gotta start thinking about my next ult now that this one's 80. Historically, it takes me about 1 to 2 resets to get an 80 up to the item level where I feel like they're good to go. So I have to think about what's coming next after this. Allergies kicking my butt today. I'm sorry to hear that. That's no fun. Wanna like AF? Hate how I have to manually reapply Agony. Yeah, I mean, you get, if it's AoE, you've got Vile Taint on like a 30-second cooldown. I kind of like the Agony reapply because it feels impactful when you get it because it's stacked up. So you're like, oh man, I'm gonna save these stacks. Hello, Scarlet. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Like Demo? One big demon instead of summoning hordes of imps. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like the popcorn imp thing. And that's kind of what it is. It reminds me of Witch Doctor from Diablo. It's not that it's a bad spec. It's just kind of not what I had in mind from like a pet thing. I stepped on an atomic recalibrator. I didn't barbershop her or anything, but she's having a boy day. But yeah, there's options for my next alt. What am I feeling? Maybe mage. I haven't maged much. Maybe another healer? Maybe like a resto shaman or a... I don't know, I'm making that face. I was thinking through the other healers. I don't really want to do resto druid. I don't really want to do monk. I don't want to do holy paladin. I don't really want to do prevoker. I like being a priest. How about a hunter? Why not more hunters? Yeah, on big groups for sure. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't last. Yeah, they only last 17 seconds. You're right, and this is on a 30-second cooldown, so that would be kind of a problem. Been having fun leveling Fury Warrior. Oh, nice. I think the thing that's going to sell me on my next alt is going to be not so much the class, but the race. I'm going to get into my head to try a certain race. My customization options on my priest, on Inksy, for whatever reason, they are analogous to, in a female Kultiran, a lady that is completely bald. It must be the ponytail or the ponytail color combo or something. But whenever I step over on Inksy, if I step on an atomic recalibrator, and it gives me a Kultiran female, she will have no hair. And then she'll usually be wearing whatever cute little outfit that my gnome was wearing. And it's usually like quite the effect. And it's almost made me want to make a big, bald Kultiran woman. And just to see what I can do with her when I actually mock her on purpose. But I don't know if I have the guts to really go through with it. Oh, might make a tank DH. Yeah, Fury Warriors are fun. Arms is fun too. I don't know why I'm goopy. Maybe that's the bio... Oh, it's because of the biofuel. I gotcha. The one problem with biofuel in this particular delve is that there's no,
Watch your step.
There's no, critters, really. Brand's egg does not count, apparently. Make a female
Watch
KT
your
Shadow
step.
Priest and go full old God Cultist. There we go. Alright. We're hoping for a champion piece in a slot that we needed in. Particularly helmet or cloak would be nice. Gloves would be crazy. I got a trinket. It's a turbo drain. It's got speed on it. You know what? I'm going to put it on instead of Ascendancy Serum because I literally never press my Ascendancy Serum, so now I don't have to. At least it's a passive trinket. That had a Adventure Cloak, which we do not need. Alright. Mycomancer. Gonna be a little bit of a trip. Or Delvabot. Could give us Tak-Rethan as well. Champion piece from Goblin Rip. Meow? I'm gonna go see my cat. That was a big meow. She's fine. She was looking at a food bowl that was only 20% full instead of full, and it was causing her to have feelings. It was really loud. All right, looks like we have made it to Mycomancer Cavern in Hellfall. That's the one. Was it free? Yuck. Yucky. The Delve toy is on the Delver's Renown track, so once you've unlocked it via... Let me see here. Once you've unlocked it here, you filled your bar up to this point, you can buy it from Reno, Jackson, and Dornegal in the little Delver tent thing. Just for like a couple of resonance crystals, not very many. I have not leveled a shaman to 80 yet. No, I could do a shaman. Definitely a possibility. Man, I'm hoping I get upgrades in a slot that I need here. We're 0 for 2. I mean, I guess I'm wearing the trinket, but still, it could be a lot better. You're fine, Scarlet. Female KT shamans, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty cool. It's hard for me to make female KTs just because male KTs look so cool. I love male Kultirans. I think they have such presence. If you leveled a mage, what race were you thinking? That's the trick. I don't know. They could be anything except for Drakthir, which is... they could be basically anything. Have I done this? I must have done, but I don't remember it. Here, I'm gonna give Flabby the water buff. I'm gonna give me the water buff. We're swimming. Can't really go wrong with mage races. So it would be a good chance for me to do a race that I don't already have, but knowing me, it's gonna have to be a race that I like the combo of, otherwise there's not gonna be much point. He swims really crooked. Well, that can't be good for your joints. Mechanome could do. I've had a Mechanome mage before, actually. That was what my Shadowlands era fire mage was.
Frontal.
And we're going... Are we not going up here? Where are we going? Oh, how are you up there already? Did you run past it? Probably. How did I get so behind? I'm going up the wrong side altogether, aren't I? I'll catch up. Don't worry. I'm coming. That was Grandpa's mushroom friend. Oh, you can go wrong with mage races. I see. I might need Heritage Armor on something, but I would have the character leveled already, just not done, because I did all my Heritage Armor gaps in Remix. So there's a few of them that are just sitting at the appropriate level, but just without Heritage Armor quests done. But I don't really remember which ones they are. Okay, I'm officially helping again.
Frontal.
I can at least loot these thingies. That's a lot of spores. You gender swapped Warlock is serving. Isn't he sick? The mop and the crown, I feel like. You can improve a lot of mogs by just sticking the crown on. He's also got like pink hair, but fully just in the mutton chops kind of situation. Like, that is a haircut. You know, you have to do that on purpose. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Sometimes you just have to admire your own hair. You almost died. Flab bully. How dare you call it my perfectly present Phalanx. Hazel. Hi Scarlet, how you doing? Yeah, Mechanome Fire Mage would have a lot of cheat death, for sure. Have you considered not nearly dying? But then when am I gonna look at my hair? We have fashion to do. I don't know what spec either. I'd have to look and see. Maybe Arcane? I feel like that's the one that I've played the least recently, because I had a Fire Mage phase in Shadowlands. And I think I leveled a couple characters as Frost as well.
Frontal.
So Arcane would make sense. Plus, Arcane is pink and purple, which is a pretty big sales pitch for me. No idea Fire Mages had to cheat death. I'm kind of jealous. Because I'm probably, realistically, I'm only going to play one spec on whatever character it is. Like, I'm not going to... Unless it's a healing spec, and then I would set up a DPS one, but if it's a pure DPS class, I'm probably, like I have done this time, just do one spec. Arcane's fun now. The rework was good? Good. Yeah, and I shouldn't worry too much about whether or not I'm like min-maxed for every content type, because realistically I'm just going to play Delves. I'm just going to play Delves and like the world boss and stuff. Oh, it's not over. There's more. I mean, I did see that I was missing a curiosity. Look, I'm helping. I'm fighting this one. You don't want to be the 100% best at delving? I don't think it's really strictly necessary. I think if anything, that's what I've learned from my Holy Priest, is that if you are really happy with your spec, it is completely fine if it is not the 100% best ranked thing at the content that you want to do. You can still rock it. It'll be fine. Don't let perfect be the enemy of fun. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Here we go. I can do like 700k if I press my 4 buttons in a row before things die. Tired today? Happens. Your week's, if you do a Monday to Friday, it's getting on. You only got one more day after this. I was looking at lawnmowers. I don't have a lawn, but I want to have a lawn, so I'm trying to manifest a lawn by like looking at lawnmowers. And a lot of people around here, especially if they have like small lawns and they're feeling very eco-conscious, will have real mowers, which are completely unpowered, just rolling bladed mowers, and you have to keep them really sharp. But you don't have to mess around with gas or batteries or cables or anything, really. You just have to keep it really sharp. And they are good for, like, small areas. But I thought they would be cheap because they're not messing around with all of those aforementioned power sources. And they're not. They're really expensive. They're just as expensive as regular lawnmowers. Maybe you can find one secondhand and then sharpen it up. But, like, holy moly. Oh, it's Easter. Tomorrow's a holiday. That's right. Tomorrow's a holiday here, too. That is true. It is Easter. I always forget. I would put on bunny ears if I had any. Actually, Moosey saw a bunny this morning on a walk. He really wanted to chase it, which I don't let him do because that's not a neighborhood scandal that I'm really trying to get into, is which dog massacred the Easter bunny. Left its Easter feet on one block and its Easter ears in another one. Go deeper into the mowing hipster and get a scythe. You need some elbow room for a scythe. I just want my place.
Charging. Move.
I'll know when I see it. Y'all know. I don't think I've ever looked at lawnmowers online before. It's just, I might, if I end up with lawn, I might need to mow it. Might need some mowing. Alright, so we're still finding priceless pumpkins. I swear I guess I've been finding worthless pumpkins. Because I've been clicking on pumpkins. Nope. Maybe I just didn't finish clicking on the pumpkins. Maybe I walked away before I was done targeting it. Size heavier than you'd expect. I don't expect them to be light. There's a lot of metal on them.
Frontal.
Any more pumpkins? That's a big pumpkin. There we go. We did it. You can buy the 623 warband gear with undercoin? Yeah! I did know that. It's pretty nice. It's just, I haven't been doing it because I want to use all my undercoins for transmog until such a time as I have, like, all the transmog from them. I still need some more ensembles. It's annoying that undercoins still aren't warbound, so I can't consolidate them yet. Hopefully they get to that. Is there a boss? Oh, it's Bogpiper. It's the same boss as the other time. He's back.
Charging. Move.
Can I break a mill? I can! I did it! Woo!
Stop
I'm
casting.
helping!
Charging. Move.
All right. Hoping for something good. We got a lot of correct answers here. There's a lot of good options. I'm opening the bountiful one last. Drum roll. We got... No, not another trinket! I don't want another trinket! Oh. I actually don't even know if it's worth putting on. It's a higher upgrade track than my other one, but I don't know. I mean, it's Candle Confidant. Don't people use that? You know what? I guess Relic doesn't have main stat on it. It's very good? Okay. Alright. Okay, last one is Tak-Rethan. I don't want any more trinkets. I need gear. I have 593 gloves on, for heaven's sake. Sad. Alright, so I'm gonna fly. Flabby could take his double bot there. I wish the double bots were usable by party members, or would have their cooldown reset when you did a delve. That would be a huge quality of life change to double bot. That would be amazing. I want to be neighbors with all the goats. Man, I haven't had a single like massive item level upgrade. I've replaced both trinkets, I guess. But they were both veteran already. At least I have 2-piece. You know, that's fun. Casting Summoning Dark Glare always hits a jackpot. That is something I really should be doing a little bit more often. It's only a 2-minute cooldown, and I'm pretty sure I've hit it twice. Candle Trinket never upsets me. I like that little guy. Alright. But I don't want to see another trinket from the 4th one. I have Warbound Warglaves. How many Valor Stones do I have? 970. For sparks. What are you trying to say? Also, I should stop by. I'm going to be an extra minute because I'm going to stop by the quartermasters for both Hallowfall and Ashkahet. I'm going to just nip into Merildar here real quick. How did I do on my jet list? Not too bad. Working on it. I need to make sure I'm staying on top of those. That's the one thing that if I was going to level all my ults for anything, it would be for doing extra chat lists in a week. I think she's by the fountain. She moves sometimes. She's in here. Okay. Yeah, you get a big. You got to stop by all the rep vendors on a fresh alt because you get a big infusion of crests and valor stones if it's a fresh alt. You don't need the ruined harbinger crest. But you also get a coffer key, which translates to an extra piece of champion loot in a week if you can do an 8. Demon Hunter, Ziggy Zaggy Slicey Smacky. You mean Night Flame? I have a Demon Hunter. I don't connect with Demon Hunters because I don't feel like you get enough chance to really make them your own. I feel like all Demon Hunters kind of look the same. You spend a lot of time just kind of looking the same. It's sort of the issue I have with Evoker as well. Like, you don't have a lot of different racial options. Obviously, it's even worse with Evoker, but you don't have a ton of different ways that you can make that character look your own. Like, yeah, you can sort of transmog them, but Demon Hunters feel more like Demon Hunters than they do my characters to me. How goes lot gearing? It's going. I'm getting a lot of bad rolls in terms of which pieces of champion gear I'm getting from Bountiful Delves. I'm doing a whole round of Bountiful Delves. I have a friend taking me through them to make them nice and fast. We've been doing them in like 10 minutes, 9 minutes per. And I've just been getting the same slots over and over again. I've got one more Bountiful up for today, so that'll maybe help. I have lots of upgrades crests. And Flabby's right. I will have sparks, so I can craft some gear, but I don't know. I didn't do it on Bop and I didn't do it on Anthus. I don't know if I'm likely to start now. Pardon me. I just wanted to check in with the quartermaster. If I can find it. I feel like I've terrible, terrible time negotiating around here. Or navigating, rather. Over this one. Yeah, you have it. Get my extra key and crest and everything here. Lovely. Alright, Tak-Rethan Abyss is going to be down here. I am now on my way. Thank you for your patience. What if your challenge was to make the Demon Hunter not look like everyone else? Well, it has to be an elf. It has to be, what, either a night elf or a blood elf. It's going to look the same in vengeance form. Like, you could, I guess, put some ridiculous mog on it, but I don't know. They are very zippy zappy zoomy. I think, seeming likely for shaman or mage. Okay, I'm here. See how quick we can get through this one. We got 5 Niffin to rescue. This is a swimming delve, but I'm a warlock, so not only can I breathe underwater, but I can also share. I can share my underwater breathing. That's nice. For such a like a emo evil sort of themed class, warlocks have a lot of pro-social abilities. Your health stone sharing, your summons, sharing out some water breathing. There's, you know, your warlock gates. There's a lot of really lovely things that warlocks can do for their friends. And then you take a priest who you'd think would be one of the more pro-social classes, and you know what my priest does is she life grips people. Not always to their deaths, but, you know, it happens. Now I'm imagining how I would do that. Dual wield umbrellas or fans while wearing a robe. So I couldn't get into demon hunters for so long, and also pug demon hunters usually annoyed me, so I was stereotyping. There's treasure nearby. Wow, I did it. What do you mean not line of sight? It's like over a tiny hill. We're fine. More specs should be able to use swords and shields. It's kind of crazy that there's only 3 classes that even use shields, right? Shamans, paladins, and warriors. Am I forgetting anybody? I think that that puzzle is one move on purpose. I think that they made a choice for that. I think it was a panic choice. I think originally they weren't, and then they realized that people weren't going to want to stop and fiddle around with something. And I think they decided to err on the side of making it incredibly easy so people would still get the power. Because a lot of the chests, they just give you the power by default. So it's like a weird thing, but I don't think they're going to fix it or change it. Melee mage spec would be fun, like an arcane warrior vibe. Is that not just paladins? I guess it's yellow magic instead of purple. That's how I felt about paladins and death knights, that they were kind of like melee casters, but like melee more so than casting. I think it was a joke. Here's a massive pipe puzzle. You guys love that, right? JK, one move. D&D does an arcane ranger. Did I get him? We rescued a bunch of Niffin. Oh, there's another treasure chest over here. Soggy. I have a skin for Hearthstone Battlegrounds of Yogg-Saron, and he's in a bathtub, and his tentacles are like grabbing at bath toys, and the name of the portrait is Soggy Yoggy, which I enjoy very much. Oh yeah, there's some damage. That I hit 2 mil for a second. That's nice. Just for a moment.
Frontal.
Out of the way of that. Yeah, it was really fun doing an undead. I think I might want to do a human.
Run.
Because human didn't win the poll to be a warlock, maybe the mage is going to be a human. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to put some thought into that. But, like, I might make a... They have so many lovely options. Delves is Torghast with loot at the end? I mean, I guess you could say that.
Pulling in.
I wouldn't really agree. Torghast was much more of a rogue light, where you were putting together different builds of special abilities by finding powers and putting them together into combos. You pick up a couple powers in here, but you're not comboing them. They're just little buffs. They're not. It's not like a cool effect. It's just like 8% mastery for the most part. There's not really a whole lot of strategy of, man, oh, I'm gonna go this build or this build. It's just kind of a. They're closer to dungeons or Pandaria scenarios than they are to Torghast. There is loot at the end. It's kind of like a slightly shorter form, more flexible dungeon because you can do them with 1 to 5 players instead of just needing 5.
Frontal.
Meow.
Run.
Oh, kitty. I topped up her food. She was sitting at the food bowl, like, yelling at it. Maybe when I take my stream break, I'll change out her water. Gun to my head, can't remember a single Torghast power-up. See, I played Holy Priest, and in Torghast with Holy Priest, you could have a thing where your healed damage would stock up like a buff to your next Holy Fire. So as long as you didn't cast Holy Fire, you could stock it up pretty big. And then there were combos to make you do X damage to things that were like stunned or feared or whatever. So you could put together like a combination where you could basically heal a ton of damage, and if there was no damage to heal, you could stand in a trap and then heal yourself until you completely filled it up. And then you would stun the boss and then hit it with this massive buff that you've been saving up for like half the run, and you just one-shot it, and it was so fun. Scales of Trauma, I think is what it was called. I think that was Scales of Trauma. There were other builds as well that worked in different ways that were less explosive, but
Frontal.
I really liked the roguelite aspect of it. I liked kind of finding out what my build was going to be this time. There isn't really that much variation. There's different delve stories, but it's just a question of like, oh, did I get a fast one? Oh no, I didn't. Wah, wah. There's not like a lot of different... They're going to play basically the same. You're going to do them in different like routes, you know? You might be clicking on different objectives, but the basic format of how the delves play doesn't change that much week to week or day to day.
Watch your step.
Yeah, they were not only class specific, some of them were spec specific as well. Holy was actually more fun than Shadow was because the Shadow builds weren't super good. Trinkets are coming back. What do you mean? We've had trinkets this whole time. Look, I've got 2. Congrats on your trinket. Da, 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 da. Man. Oh, I got an extra pet. I have Mr. Delver already. I could maybe try to sell an extra one if it's possible. I don't even know if anybody would want it. Thanks. Normal raid? Mythic plus? I'm 621. I don't know if they'll let me in. Oh, boy. Bran, are you... Bran's hostile! I think it's because Flabby left the group and it was Flabby's brand and Flabby's alliance and I'm a horde. Look at him. I can't hit him. I can hit him! I gotta get out of here. Bran, I'm sorry. What have you been doing to make gold lately? Not much. I've been kind of... what have I been doing? I've been crafting a couple of enchants with my concentration. Alt leveling has been pretty good. Just doing a set of weeklies on alts has been giving a decent amount of gold because I've been doing gold world quests and I've been getting, you know, you get gold from like your weekly caches and stuff. So every new 80 that I've gotten leveled and geared up has been about 30 to 50k. Let the raid leader know you have endless breath. Get you right in Undermine. Does anybody swim in Undermine? That's so funny that they let me fight Bran. Well, I was really hoping that would go better than that, to be honest with you. I'm gonna check and see something. I want to know if anybody buys these, Mr. Delver. No, they don't. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Unless Flabby wants it. Do you want a Mr. Delver? Alright, well, I'm going to delete him then. Let's get rid of that. I've got a Wave Scrambler saved up for next time. It looks like I replaced it, which is good. I don't need those. Let's just get rid of these so we don't have to worry about them. I could finish my checklist. I mean, I could upgrade some gear, but it just kind of feels bad because there's really no reason to. I did much better my first week on a couple of different characters. So obviously there's a couple of pieces that I could sort out. I could get them crafted. I'm gonna Hearth to Dornogal, and I'm gonna just like have a look at the crafting recommendations. I don't know if I want to do it, but let me see. Wowhead, Affliction Warlock. Let's see here. We're gonna say Bis gear, and we're gonna say crafted gear. Crafted piece with Mastery and Crit. Use Sigil Ascension and Writhing Armor Band. Can you use both? Those are both embellishes. I feel like you can only put one. And then any low item level piece. Okay. An offhand or boots? My boots do kind of suck. Notice the pumpkin bag. Very nice. A pumpkin bag. Oh yeah, I could get a story mode or an Elefar Gallywix for the Goblin Crest. That is true. I suppose. Just because it would be probably quite strong for her item level. I would do... Well, the problem is that the two pieces I'm missing are... Well, I guess I could take some... I could spend some undercoins. I don't really want to, but I could. I could use undercoins in other characters. Yeah, because it's 875, so I can at least buy one thing. Let's do a helmet. My helmet's very bad. Looks like haste versa. You don't really get a lot of options as to what stats you want, but that's fine. Because that'll bring me up here to some extent. Because I don't want to craft in those two slots because they're both tier slots. And then, can I afford a pair of gloves? That puts me at 628. Gloves are going to cost 750, which I don't have. I might be able to afford gloves in a different character and mail them, but I don't think I want to worry about that. But doing the helmet helps for sure. 640 is typically where I like to end up. We'll change our helmet back. We're up to 628. It's coming along a little bit. I have a Hero Track ring. I should do an enchant on that. And maybe 2 gems. Because it's Hero Track, so we may as well get some extra benefits on it. Let me see. Consumables. Enchants. It looks like we're doing Mastery. So let's get a Radiant Mastery. And then let's get 2 settings. Because, maybe we'll do 4 settings. Because I've got a champion neck as well, so I'm probably going to keep that for a while. So we'll get 4 of these. 1, and then gems. Where's gems? Culminating Blasphemite. I'm glad that you can just buy these now. And then 3 Deadly Onyx, Mastery Ruby. Oh, they want me to use different ones. So I need 3 additional gems. There's a Deadly Onyx. That's Mastery Crit. Masterful Ruby. And then a Deadly Sapphire and a Masterful Emerald. I've never tried to like mix and match them like this, but I guess it's a good idea. A little bit of gold, but it's not the end of the world. At least it's easy and you don't have to like talk to anybody to do it anymore. That's the big barrier to entry for me, I think, for getting stuff like crafted. Okay. The stats in this hero ring suck, but it's hero at least, so we're just gonna go for it anyways. Same deal with the neck, but at least it'll be helpful. And she's, you know, she's spending her own gold. She got it while she was leveling anyway. I'm gonna stick my Blasphemite into here. And then the other 2 gems go into here. And then I'm gonna enchant my hero ring with that Radiant Mastery. Maybe I'll buy cheap enchants as well. I don't know. This is a veteran ring. New Twitch drop pet, Beatriz. Let me see. Let's see here. Twitch drops. I want to know. WorldOfWarcraft.com. News? Oh, that is cute. It's like the love bug from Love is in the Air from the Trading Post. Remember that? So it looks like this will be starting on April the 22nd. So not up just yet, of course, but like coming. Very cute. And that is going to be... watch 4 hours on any channel, including my own, between April 22nd and May 20th to get Beatriz the Maiden Bug pet. Nice. Cute. That'll be good. Okay, let's get... I have an idea. I feel slightly insane. I got 2 tunes at 667. 2.6, 2.9k, and now I'm working on a 3rd. I mean, you know what it sounds like to me? Is it sounds like you're enjoying the season. It sounds like you're having a good time. If you've done it twice and you're already signing up for more. Oh, maybe I should do those, maybe I should do those rail quests to help pay off my gems. I was coming in here because I wanted to pick up this Liberation of Undermine. Skip the campaign, yep. And then pick up this one to get an enchanted runed Undermine crest. And then we talk to this guy and we can just get into story mode. So we'll just go ahead and do that. It should pop me in right away. Having a consistent group helps a lot. Yeah. You guys just kind of doing it with new alts every couple of weeks. Well, I suppose this is not the right delve to use that guy for. I'm going to take an imp. Let's get Zilkal back out. We haven't seen him in a while. Can we step on here? No? Hello? Everybody? This is a story mode. So look, they're all following me. I'm so powerful. Oh, there's the door. I found the door, everybody. There's the first obstacle overcome. Wow. Oh, I am so used to just following people in instances that, like, if I have to figure out where we're going next, then we're all going to be waiting for a minute. That's funny. Door boss down. Pushing 13, starting to feel the limitation of BM Hunter. Worth getting around 20 with the cartels. Yes, I got my free. I should have gotten that as well. I'm exalted with one of them. I don't know if that gets me anything. Off and away. I shouldn't sing it. What if the chicken song comes for me? Dark Glare, and then Soul Rot. Yeah, something like this. I didn't change my spec at all. Oopsies.
Bomb incoming.
Story mode is pretty dramatically different from the regular raid, which is fine. It does take like 7 minutes. We're gonna be here for a little bit. I didn't give her any consumables. I figured these people won't judge me. Mainly because they're not people. Yeah, I definitely talked to the overarching cartel rep. I got that done. I just hate crafting stuff. I never do it. I might
Watch your step.
manage it. I don't know how much to tip people, and I'm too shy to ask. It just feels weird. How much? I don't know. That's why I like getting Flabby to do it. Haven't crafted anything yet, once again. I did it on my main. Well, I did 2 pieces of my main, and then I was done. Wild West for me during Dragonflight, people were asking tens of thousands of gold for crafting. I guess I could just, like, guess a commission, and then they'll either do it or they'll ask for more gold. But what if I guess too low, and then they're like, wow, I can't believe Hazel from Hazel Nutty Games is so cheap. I thought she was nice, but I guess I was wrong. How rude.
Bowman coming.
Tip between a few hundred to a couple thousand. Drama farm on tipping etiquette. Honestly, you could have literally any take on tipping in game, and you would have drama regardless. Because I feel like you're always gonna have people on all sides of that issue. That's a guaranteed get heated button. Fire it up. You chumps. Oh, me. 1 to 2k is fine. Everything above that's just nice. Okay. That's kind of what I had in mind anyways, so. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going to, like, horrifically offend somebody. Especially if I'm just grabbing somebody out of trade chat. It's always a process because I have to turn off my whisper blocker. I play in a pretty insulated little glass bubble most of the time.
Bowman coming.
I'm kind of amazed that Gatlick still has 18 stacks of agony. I kind of figured I would have. I mean, maybe I did let it drop and I just built it back up.
Bowman coming.
If I was really raiding on a Warlock, people would hate me. My healers would hate me because I would be using my my Burning Rush to get out of the way of fire, and they'd be like, why are you taking so much damage? I'm like, I'm taking damage so I cannot take damage. It's an investment. Please don't hate me. We could all give input on how much we tip here. And I'm assuming we're asking for a baseline of a max quality craft, right? So somebody may need to use some, depending on their spec, they may need to use some concentration on it. I've seen Warlocks forget to turn off their Burning Rush during Mythic Keys. Oh, man.
Bowman coming.
So I like Shadow Priest more, would rather have my feathers and shield. Oh, man. I don't know. Feathers just feel so dinky. Oh boy, I'm going a little bit faster for a little bit of time. Oh wow. That was sure worth a global. I use them, don't get me wrong. I use them to get out of everything, but... I'm using an add-on to add the Delve tab to the adventure guide. The add-on is called Delve Companion. Got it on CurseForge. It's nice. I think I'll keep it as long as I'm delving a lot. I don't strictly need it anymore. It's once I get this achievement, actually, I probably won't worry about it anymore. But until I get that achievement, I think I'm gonna keep it because it makes it easier to see what I'm missing. Alright, we did it. Go turn in Liberation and get our crusty thingy. Did you know that disc priests can talent into a 50% speed boost with penance? I'm not sure that I knew that. It's not too bad. Never heard of a disc priest though. It's probably the frisbee golfers of the priest world. Never take Burning Rush because I know I just unalive myself with it. Try my luck on public orders. Crafters are pretty good if you put a bunch of custom stats on it anyway. Okay. I don't know if I need to do that anymore because I got my enchanted runed Undermine crest. So I have two. I have two enchanted runed Undermine crests. I'm gonna make 2 sparks. Yeah, maybe I'll just do this. Maybe I'll just suck it up and do it. It'll help anyway. I think I'm gonna do boots and maybe bracers is what they were saying. They were saying to do, here, I'll go back to Bisgear Crafted. 1 Ascension and then 1, because I need embellishes. So 1 Darkmoon Sigil Ascension, 1 Writhing Armor Banding. We can do slippers and then any low item level piece. I could do a cloak as well, actually. Boots and a cloak would be good. And that doesn't overlap with any tier slots or anything. Hang on. I'm not above repeating Gold World quests. Delve Companion is the name of the Delve add-on. Delve Companion. I have a 0% success rate of the TOP skip my priest because I'm so slow. Oh no. I had to bind Mind Soothe for that. We do it in Floodgate too. Joey, thank you for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. I hope you're having a lovely day. Welcome to the Squirrel Squad. Okay. Up we go. Here, I'm doing Gold World quests so we can afford a commission. Can a Holy Priest DPS as well as a Shadow Priest? Nope. Sure can't. You can do some damage. Believe me, if I'm playing Holy and I have time, I'm smiting and Holy Firing away. But it's really more of a nice thought than anything else. If you want to do damage, Shadow is the place to be. Why do you need to delve that on? It's just kind of nice. Gives you some more information. It shows you exactly what item level loot you can expect out of the End Coffer as well as the Great Vault for various ranks of delves in case you forgot. It shows you whether or not you've got your Gilded Crest for the week. One spot to see kind of your shards and keys. Shows you where your vault is at. It's just a little bit of extra UI. It's not mandatory, but a bit nice if you're doing delves a bunch. What is it I'm doing? Oh yeah, it showed me that I had coffer key shards, so I feel like I should probably turn those into a key. I did all 4 Bountiful Delves for today, though, so I'd have to wait until tomorrow to get any more loot. Yeah, Dis would be much better for healer damage, for sure. Oh, I still have my imp pet out. My goodness. What are those littered nibblers for? Reputation. Oh, it is for reputation, though. I must not have done it? I could have sworn I did all of them. It's not Friday yet. We haven't had a new batch of world quests. Maybe I missed one at some point. I suppose I should do it. This one just came up today. I thought the same thing. I'm so used to, I'm sure it would last a while. 1 day, 3 days and 3 hours. Yeah, so you could totally do it on Friday. It's just, I'm so used to that rhythm of like twice a week, clear all the world quests. No need to check any more often than that. It's all right. We can get it cleared up. I don't really mind repeating world quests either if it comes to it. They're kind of fun. I enjoy a nice achievable goal. Got half of these done. I think I have a couple of weeklies as well out here, but they would just be repeated weeklies for extra resonance crystals. Oh, I should check and see how much they want for, there is a... Flabby was telling me that the Cartels of Undermine Renown has a champion piece on it for resonance crystals, and I should check to see what slot that is. Because I might want it. But if it's, I don't know, I'm really cheap about my resonance crystals because I'm going to need so many of them for mounts. It is a tough ask to spend those on gear upgrades. Yeah, if it's gloves, that would be good. My gloves are very bad. Let's see how much they want for it. I'm pretty cheap. But champion's pretty nice. Champion gloves would be good. And I'm not getting any today anyway. They are champion. 3,900. That's like a mount's worth of resonance crystals. But you know, it is transmog. It's an appearance I haven't collected yet. That's my justification. Technically is collecting. That puts me up to 631 and gives me a nice little achievement. Lovely. Get rid of our old ones here. I bought one gem too many. I didn't need that many gems. Side street, sluice, 2 races. Oh, if I do 2 races, I can finish her chat list too. What do you think my Mythic Plus rating should be to get the title? Which title? I feel like you have it. I think if you're 3,100, I think you did it. I think you're all good. Or is there a title at 3,500? That's there you go. I think I'm like 2,600. I am, meet with Monty Gaslow. Is he upstairs? He is upstairs, isn't he? I'm gonna craft gear, but I'm like procrastinating. It's more fun to do stuff around Undermine. I don't really want to do that. Oh, the top percentage title. Gotcha. I don't know. Races. We need to do races. I guess they actually don't have to be racing world quests. They could just be races. Pretty sure we could, because aren't there racing world quests? Did I not do them already? There's that one. Casino Cruise. Eh, we can do this one first. Because we're right here. And then her chat list we can either turn in for extra Bilgewater rep or we can start turning them into chat. She could probably use the Valor Stones. I think that once I kind of... I'll have some gear upgrades to send. And that'll help her item level out a lot as well. I feel like once she's kind of like towards 640, she might be able to squeak into a normal raid. I don't know if she wants to be in a normal raid for anything. I suppose it wouldn't hurt. I just have this feeling like I'm never going to get any loot, so like why try? I guess it would be fun. It might be fun to play a normal raid. I think I'm gonna start turning chat lists back into chat. I'm only 2 of 100 for part-timer. I need to start working on that before I lose Steam. Right, so that's done. How is my Undermine collection? 65%. This is why we would. It's a green jetpack. It's not that exciting. I suppose it's a little bit cool. It's gonna be a lot of work. I can't believe there's another mount from each of the 4 Paragon caches. It's so rude. He's got a lot of stuff just for resonance crystals. Yeah, I also agree. Once they buff the rep, which is like next week. Yeah, turn in my list. That's an extra 250 Valor Stones. So that'll be good. It'll help. I think I am going to take her up to town. Take her through the portal, I suppose. I'm going to take a short break. I promised my kitty cat I would fix her water. Just in case that's what she's upset about. The off chance. I think sometimes she just wants to feel like you've done something. Like she'll be in front of her food and water and they'll both be perfectly fine. And she'll be like, listen, just remind me that you care. Help me out here. Do something. So I'll get on that. And then I'll be back and maybe we'll brave getting something crafted. Take a little look. I will be right back. Okie dokie. I'm back. Let's brave crafting gear, shall we? Step 1 is to make sure that I have bad boy off. Give it a little reload. Step 2 is going to be to figure out exactly what I'm making and to make it correctly, which means getting a stat missive, a embellish item. I have my spark, I have my crest. I need to find a crafter. Yeah, it's gonna have to be a whole thing. I hate doing this, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna help. I've got 2 things. I'm gonna at least get her embellishes on. That's as good as my main got. It'll be good. I kind of had fun straightening my bangs this morning. I kind of want to straighten the rest of my hair, but I feel like it will not be as cute. I think the best thing we can do is have it up and pretend it's all Princess Diaries. All right, so missive. Let's search for missive, and let's filter it to current expansion only. And then let's look at the gold ones. Mastery crit, I believe is what we're looking for. Crit mastery. I think that's peerless. I'm pretty sure they're even amounts, so you don't have to worry about like which one's first. So we'll get 2 of those. That'll be good. We're gonna get a Darkmoon Sigil for Ascension. Oh yeah, we'll need mats for the darn thing too. Provide. Oh, it's for an offhand. Oh, weapon or offhand. Okay. I don't have a main hand to put with this. I could use 2 sparks and get a staff made. I mean, it's annoying. I literally have a crit mastery veteran weapon, but whatever. Alright, 2 sparks. Problem solved. Okay, fine. Darkmoon Sigil Ascension. I might even... No, that's probably Inscription, eh? And that's the gold one? Ascension. Gold one. And then I needed a Writhing Armor Banding for the other thing. And that can go on unembellished armor, and it's going to double the Nerubian Ascension. Okay. Alright, so that's missives and embellishes. Now I need to get materials for the said things. So let's start with the staff. Let's figure out exactly what we're getting here. So we go weapons, 2-hander, staves. And it's going to be just like the regular one. Bounding baton. That's the one. It's int. And then we're going to get these materials. And we're going to get them in a decent quality. This is going to be a bit expensive. So I want 20 of these. 418. 10 of these. 6.7k. 15 of these. 7.4k. Alright. I'm buying good ones because I want to make sure that I can get a gold one without having to really put a crafter out too hard. Shall we get that first? Let's see. / join trade. Am I in can general and trade. Okay. Might need to do a little reload, or maybe trade's just really dead. Normally you would see things happening in it. I just want to make sure I'm actually in the channel before I go ahead and start barking for someone to make me something. I made it! Welcome, welcome. Should do a whole stream in Goblin accent. Man. If I had more accents, we could have goals to switch between them, but we don't really have a ton of options. I wonder why I don't see. What did I do? Maybe there's just nothing happening in trade? Could it be dead? Doesn't seem right. I've never in my life seen trade chat not have anything. Oh, they can do voice chat transcription. That's kind of funny. Will that help? LF. Who makes this thing? Inscription. Well, I posted anyway. It looks like it went through. I don't know. I don't think I know anybody with inscriptions, so I'm gonna have to hope I can find a stranger. I'm suspicious that there's something funky with my settings though that's not letting me actually access trade chat. Just because I can't see any other posts there. It's because you're horde in trade chat. Oh. On like a completely alliance server. Should I try general? Can I have a cross-faction crafter? I rejoined it though. Like I made a point to rejoin it and make sure it wasn't filtered. I think maybe it's because I'm horde on like a completely alliance server. I kind of thought you could craft things cross-faction, but maybe you can't. I don't know. Or maybe you can craft, but you can't, like... Yeah, it's Lightbringer. I don't know if it's Alliance only or not, but it would have to be Lightbringer. I don't know what else I would try. I didn't think of this. Yeah, if I'm in Horde Trade Chat, I'm literally the only person in it. I made my one post and that's still the only thing I can see. You'd have to wait a long time for me on Lightbringer. Gotcha. It is Thursday. Another reason why I like being able to craft for myself. Yeah, I never thought of this. This did not occur to me as a problem. Yeah, it's a very alliance-heavy server. I think I might be yelling into the void. Can you really not craft cross-faction? Can you craft in order cross-faction? You can cross-faction order? Cross-realm guilds? Guild orders. I'm not gilded. And also, I don't think a lot of people in my guild craft. Only if you're in the same guild. Gotcha. Even if I join my guild. It's Lightbringer. It's I've got a realm command for that. That's not a secret. Okay, well that's super annoying. I just spent like 20k on mats. And I put it in trade chat. Here, we'll try general chat. LF. Scribe to make bounding baton. Other day in LFR, someone wrote Jeeves down, making it sound like he was killed. I have calibrated my prices to be World of Warcraft. Can't craft with the other faction. We're at war. That's annoying. I could public order it, but I don't really want to risk it. I'd rather find somebody. And also I don't want to wait either, but like, I think this realm is completely dead on Horde. I mean, I guess I could try it on like a weekend or something. Maybe tomorrow with the holiday. Someone might be on. Maybe. Are these all the Horde players? I think these are all the Horde players. Yep. Those are all of the Horde players that are currently in Dornagala right now. There are only 14 people and one of them isn't even 80. Well, maybe I'm not doing this today. I wanted to do that before I wanted to get my embellishes before I tried to pug a raid. That was an unforeseen complication. I don't know, let me look. I mean, we can try. Sure, let's try. Flabby's gonna try to get an alliance crafter and then give me the name. Because some of the forum posts say that you have to be in the same guild, and then some of them say that you can just be, that if you like log onto an alliance character, you can find someone. And you can do it cross-faction, but you just can't talk to them.
I have an extended supply of fruits for outlanders.
See if I can get a name. Also, I managed to spend like all of her gold. I was gonna tip 5k and then I was like, wait, that's like the last of her, that's like the last of her earthly goods. I'm gonna have to send her extra gold to craft stuff, and at that point we're in the hole. It needs to be done at a max quality, so you would need not only to have it, but you would need to have the knowledge points. It's okay. Don't worry about it too much. Flabby's asking an alliance. I don't think he's getting a lot of hits. It is, to be fair, 11 a.m. on a Thursday morning before a holiday, so I think a lot of people are in kind of their last day of work before they get time off. I'll just try it tomorrow. I wish I could bookmark this so I don't have to like put it together again. Alright, wah. I think I'm gonna put her down for the day. We did good. We got her delves done. I bought some stuff to craft with. We just didn't get the crafting finished. I can do checklists, I think. I'm pretty sure I've done these two, so these two would have checklists to do still for part-timer. That should be pretty fast. Right. Take a screenshot. It's not like it's hard for me to know which things to do. It was just a lot of clicking, that's all. There's not a lot of wrong options. Horde character with inscription isn't far enough along in the skill points. Yeah, it's okay. We'll try again tomorrow. There might be people with a holiday weekend. It's just I'm just asking it off hours. It is another point in favor of the Hazel hates crafting gear train though. Like, yeah. Definitely not my not doing so good. I'm 652 on Boppin. That's kind of nuts. Let's get her a chat list and crush that. Can't hurt. Plus we can do a couple of extra things. Yeah, she never, as far as I know, never crafted gear. She does have 5-piece tier, but I don't think I ever crafted anything, so she doesn't have any embellishes. She does have a couple of sockets. You know, that's good. Good for her. Alright, job 1. Job 1 is pick up the chat list before you do anything else. And then we'll see what kind of stuff they want for it. Grab these. Yeah, I'll just try. I'll just try again for the staff tomorrow. It'll be okay. It's just a little annoying. I won't worry about the boots yet. And grab her list. Open it. Click on it again to get that one to pop up. Looks like we can do scrap, rares, and then maybe a delve. I wasn't really gonna delve on this character. I suppose I could. How good is my brand? How's my brand doing? Brand is level 71. This character could also get keys, but she's kind of at the point where she doesn't really need. She doesn't super need to get champion gear anymore. Like, she's more or less wearing it. I'm sure she could get her stats optimized a little bit more, but at this point I don't even know if we're gonna worry about that. See what the fastest way to get this chat list done is. Scrap for sure. And then the rares will be easy. It's the fourth objective that I think might be a bit tricky. What other profession goes good with inscription? You can do herbalism if you want to be able to supply yourself with materials. Please don't take inscription on my behalf, though. You're probably not. It's probably not going to be ready in time to craft this staff. I will find somebody. Please don't worry about it. It'll be okay. But if you wanted to do inscription anyways, just for fun, it goes good with herb. Sometimes enchanting as well, because enchanting, if you don't mind buying your mats for inscription, enchanting is a profession that doesn't need you to have a gathering prop to go with it. There we go. What are chat lists? They are an Undermine feature that you unlock partway through the Renown track that gives you an extra little to-do list for the week that you can complete for extra Valor Stones and progress towards an achievement. You can also choose to turn them in for Reputation instead if you wanted that more than the Valor Stones and achievement progress. You can turn them in for Reputation with the Goblin factions directly. So it's a good way to kind of get an extra boost. You get 1 free chat list per character. Per week, and then you can grind more of them on a given character if you want by grinding for these chet cards that drop. But I've just been doing the 1 free weekly one on a couple of different characters. This is what it looks like. So it'll show you different tasks that you can do. They'll be different from each card to card. Side with the cartel is always one of them, so you only need to do 3 things from this list. And usually they're things that you're going to kind of get done while you're playing in Undermine anyway. So once you've unlocked them, it's a good idea to go pick them up first thing when you get to Undermine. It is a list from a Chet. The Chet is the name of the robot that gives you the list. I wonder if I can get in for Junkwall here. Kablooey is a prod pet. If I want, or a frosty pet. If I wanted to use a tank pet, I would need to get Sandy here. I'll do this and see if anybody shows up. Might be able to make it work. Yeah, somebody else there. You unlock the chat list in the Renown track. The Cartels of Undermine Renown track. It's like halfway-ish through. Maybe around 12-ish. There we go. 13. 13, Renown 13 is when you unlock it. If you're in the hotel in Undermine, just go upstairs, and there's a robot on the upper level that you can talk to get your list. Once you're Renown 13. All of your alts can do it. Been living in dungeons. Undermine as a zone has completely escaped me. I really like this as an outdoor zone. It's been a lot of fun. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, aesthetically. Okay. So right now, I am going to do scrap jobs, because that's for my weekly and also for my list. I spent like 4,000 resonance crystals on a pair of gloves for my Warlock. I need all the resonance crystals I can get. Sad we can't go in the Galactia. I mean, you can go in the raid. But yeah, you can't just like go wander around and look by yourself. Oh, I need to buy more colas. It's really fun wandering around there in the raid, actually. The design of it's really cool. Exchange Kej for crystals. That is going to be very important. That is going to be very good. I think I was trying to figure out if I needed anything else from Kej, and I'd kind of done like a couple of laps around the zone buying different pets and things, toys from vendors. I maybe spent all of it? I don't know. I might need more stuff. I've been afraid to dump my Kej just in case. Finish my Dornigal sets that way. Nice. Yeah, I think it's going to come to that when it comes to mounts for me. There's so many mounts in Undermine, and they're so expensive. There we go. That's finished. Well, I guess I can do free digging for extra cans. Hi, Hazel. Hello, Geek Bee. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Welcome back to stream. Or welcome to stream, if it's your first time here. What do we get? Anything good? Oh, vintage can. Although I don't think I need the vintage cans anymore. They are for pets, and I'm pretty sure I actually have them all. Let's check the list. Nice. We got the scrap. We did the rare, so we need one more thing. 50 fish is kind of rough, as is catching 5 pets, but the other two options are to do an entire delve. I think my best bet is going to be to do the delve. I'm going to do excavation site. Doesn't have to be on a very hard difficulty. It's bountiful today. This character is a pretty good item level. I think I can do an 8 just fine. And that'll give her a hero track piece in her vault. Maybe she'll get lucky from that. Or at least it'll be part of a hero track piece. Let's see. Maybe if I really believe and I motivate myself, we can get this done in under 10 minutes. My mean green flying machine from Steam Weedle. I finished one of the goblin reps and I'm flexing it for all it's worth. This was annoying today. This was the defend the rockets one, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I don't have the bounty yet either. Do I have a wave scrambler? Nope. Alright, well maybe we'll get lucky. We'll just get a map. I have my tank pet up. My Bran is set to heal. I think I'm going to adjust his supplies to give him rocket fuel, even though there's no critters down here. I think that'll probably still be better than bioprinter for me. So we'll stick him with rocket gear, and I'll keep my bouncing grenades. Yeah, he's level 71. Time is money, friend. Yeah, that's the last boss. Look at that. How is healing Bran? He's good. He mainly heals by throwing down health potions, so you can kind of walk over them to pick them up at your own discretion and time frame, really. Let's make sure that my pet is taunting. And they will also heal your pet if you are a pet class. So it's great for warlocks and hunters to have your pet tank. And then if they're really just taking it, you can step on a potion and it'll top them right back up.
Charging. Move.
Okay, so we've got 6 extractors to deploy. And I'm BM, so I just need to make sure I'm keeping my beast cleave up, and then we should be all set to go. Bran definitely does more damage when you spec him to damage, but it's not so much that it makes a huge difference, so I feel like if I feel safer with him as healer, I may as well. Did an 8 yesterday at 6:39. Took a while to kill the bosses. Yeah. They're so good, though, because it's just a great way to get champion gear without having to involve anybody else if you don't want to. I feel that. I always struggle through an 8 on a fresh character. Skip that delve story. It does take too long. I feel like this is the longest delve story of all of them. I'm gonna see how long it takes. I'm also not gonna double... Well, maybe I will, actually. I've got enough gear in this character. There's some areas where you can defend 2 drills at once. But you still have to, like, loot all the stuff after. He's playing Rit. Damage kind of low until they use Templar. Yeah, I found my single target was a bit rough. Like, I was doing great AoE in my delve spec, but my single target wasn't super good. The bosses were taking a long time to die. Alright, there's one thing done. Dragonflight Ret was my favorite. Don't know what they changed, but I don't like it. Do this one. Brand's got my back. I haven't played my hunter in a little bit. It's kind of forgetting how to make it work. I wonder which of my alts would be most fun to play in an alt raid. Maybe my paladin? I don't know. Maybe my warlock, but I couldn't get her gear crafted. I guess one thing I could do today, if I wanted to check for achievements for mounts, is I could take really any of my characters, and I could check on non-bountiful delves to see if any of the stories I need are up for my achievement, because I'm only missing 3 more stories and I'll have the delve meta done. Trying to prep for an alt raid? I mean, there's no alt raid on the books or anything. It's just, I've seen Flabby taking his alts through normal pugs, and they seem fun. They seem easy to get into. Maybe he's Flabby, but they seem easy to get into. They seem fun. I want more chances at the explosive Hearthstone. I keep rolling like 30s, man. In my regular raid, it's not happening. Have a cat. I'm lucky I have a cat too. Easy to get into if you have AOTC. Yeah. Well, I do, you know. Once everyone else gets it. I'm afraid we're not going to raid that long. I don't think we're going to do 20 weeks of clearing. I guess it would be not less than 20 because there were a few weeks that we were doing it on normal and heroic, but now we're just doing it once. I guess I could be pugging a normal. I could be pugging a normal just to do... What is it, Bunk Junker? But it's a really cool Hearthstone. I'm going to be sad if I have to wait until much later to get it. Farm it out of when I can solo all this stuff in another 3 expansions. Easier time getting into pug raids as a healer. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I guess my priest could probably get into a normal pretty easy if I wanted to do that just for a chance. It's just not a very good chance, but you know, I guess I gotta... You miss all the shots you don't take. Literally the only thing I want out of the raid now is the Hearthstone. The rest of my gear is good enough. My gear is fine. I didn't check to see if she had a key. She does luckily have a key. Because I don't believe that I've done her weekly boxes this week. I don't know if I'm gonna. I think I'm getting to the point where I have enough alts that I don't really want to do 4 delves on each of them anymore. I guess I could. It doesn't take crazy long, but it does get a bit repetitive. I think maybe just the whatever alt I'm currently gearing up. Won that Hearthstone with 100 roll the first week after being one of the last people to get the one from Amir just so nice. Easy 100. If I was gonna have a roll that good, that's where I would want to put it. I had a roll like that, but it was for something silly. It was for like a piece of transmog that we were rolling off, and it wasn't even like a great one. You get it from LFR too. Yeah, I guess I could be trying that way. It's just, I guess I have no faith in my ability to get lucky with it. I suppose you'd only have to do the one wing. You know what I gotta do to get that Hearthstone is I just have to make it my entire life goal, my whole personality. Every stream is centered around what things can we do for more chances at this Hearthstone. I got 480s, and I'm not afraid to use them. Leveling buff next week? Yeah, maybe I should not start any new leveling characters until the buff next week. This is a boring double. I know I said I was going to do double extractors, but I guess I'm not. That's fine. There's another one right there. This is usually a spot where I do two. I do like having the explosive title for bopping. That's fine. So YouTube short in Spanish. Oh. That sure sounds like a YouTube short. IQ is not a very meaningful measure of relevance, really. I've done professionally administered IQ tests, and what they tell you is whether or not you are good at IQ tests, right? Like I wouldn't get too worked up about it. I do sometimes feel like my brain is degrading. Not because of age, but because of lack of use. I don't think about hard things very often. I do a lot of thinking about easy things. And starting to think the old noodle's getting a little bit stiff. Not that I'm in a big hurry to learn math or anything, but... I'm not done yet. I was walking away, and then I like kind of looked at the objective, and it's like 5 extractors deployed, 4 defended, and I'm like, oh, I've made a mistake somewhere.
Watch your step.
Demon Hunter's fun. I'm glad I leveled one. I had a good time getting her set up. There we go. One more. Also, we can do Well-Connected Friend. Solo Resto Druid and Delves is great. You like it? Nice. And then there's Intern. I love bouncing grenades because there's so many things that I'm like ready to interrupt and they just get interrupted anyway, or they get stunned anyway. Because it just kind of chain stuns them at random, and it does it often enough to really make a difference. Plus, I'm sure it does some damage. keep walking over these little pink bubbles thinking they're healing pots because they're the exact same shade as Bran's Dwarven Medicine. There we go. Much better. Nearly done? Yeah, I want to start thinking about my next alt now that my Warlock is level 80, but I'm going to probably not make any choices until next week, and it's only Thursday, so I cannot start messing with the character creation screen yet, because that's how I get a new alt early. Spend at least 1 week playing this one. Playing this new one and doing our weeklies and whatnot. You know what I could actually do that I haven't done in ages? At 11:30, I should do the Azerothian Archives Big Dig in Azerspan. I betcha, like I'm not finished with that rep, but I'm pretty close to have bought everything from the vendor. So we could make some good progress on it. Okay, so I missed a little bit of. Normally you get enough of it if you just loot all the boxes. So I probably missed looting a box. Unfortunately, if I missed it way back there, it's going to be a bit of running. I did. Yeah, it's not that far. Main horde is a Panda Windwalker. Yeah, brand level helps a lot. I think part of the reason I didn't like Delves was because I hadn't done enough of them to really get him leveled up, so he was really not pulling his weight for a while with me. Be cool. Be cool. I finally used one of the Delver's Disguise items. You know what's hilarious is it turned me into a goblin. I'm already a goblin. This is how I'm going to sneak past the rest of the trash. I also could have, oh man. Camouflage is another thing that you can do, but I thought that's, I've never used the Delver's Disguise before. I did not know that that was what it did. Oh, shiny. There he is. And we're off and away.
Watch your step.
Bobbin's damage is okay.
Watch your step.
I think people still slash root at me even with the transformation item, but I'm not 1000% on that. I do know I was doing the weekly in Undermine that you pick up, like one of the overall weeklies,
Watch
you
your
had an
step.
option where you could choose to do various things. You know, like world quests or delves or whatever for your weekly. And one of the options was just to go like do Undermine-y stuff. And I'm like, sure, I'm going to Undermine anyways, why not? And it wanted you to dance with people. It wanted you to tickle Pax Top Skimmer. It wanted you to get kicked out of the Galagio. So I do all that. But it turns out that if you're a gnome, and maybe it's annoying on everybody, but I had the worst time getting civilians to dance with me because they kept slash rooting instead. Like I would dance with someone and they would look at me and go, no. And then they would do the root emote and run away. It was, they were not real keen to party with me. I had better luck with the big tall goblin guys. All right, that was, how long was that? 15 full minutes. That was one of the, this is a long delve. But my brain is level 72. And I got a champion ring. I think I'm all good. You know, under coins, those are all good too. Any extra brand experience or anything? Yeah. Crests and undercoins and stuff. She has 3,000 undercoins. She also should have her chat list done. Kira Moose energy. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't try just standing in one spot and seeing if people would come by and dance with me. That's smart. So there's her list finished, all 4 done. Part timer. Chatmate, Yeah, we're 3 of 100. Let's go be 4 of 100. Wow. Holy moly. And then I gotta decide, do I want to work on my Delve meta or do I want to work on my Family Battler meta? Good options. Also, I ought to check that. 1 second. Let's get to the drill, and then I'll just grab that. I think I've been forgetting to charge my phone.
What now?
1 sec. Okay, we're all good. Do I need to do anything with her Valor Stones? She's almost Captain Valor Stones. There must be something I can do with them. Oh, there's an item upgrader, actually. I'm going to pop my Dornagal to upgrade some stuff, because if I am turning this into Chet, I'm going to get Valor Stones, and I'm not going to need them if I'm capped. So we should upgrade stuff if we have anything at all to upgrade. I've made pretty strong use of trading crests up this season. That's how it's one way to get crests if you don't need the lower ones. Alright. Well, sure, yep. Take that to Hero 6. Take that. Oh, hi, Moo. Hi, buddy. There's a puppy dog here. Hi. Oh, he doesn't show up on camera. He's out of the shot. Hi. Oh, do you maybe want to go lay down? You gonna hang out with me? He had some sleepy ears on. Good chicken? Good rubber chicken? His ears get really droopy when he's tired. Yeah, so it looks like all of her stuff is champion 4 at a minimum, so I can trade all of the lower 2 tiers of crests up, it looks like, if I wanted to spend some stuff. I can also make some sparks. I actually have 3 made, so... so yeah, let's get as many of these as we can afford. 1, 2... Hang on. Why didn't it work? Weathered to carved. I have them, don't I? Oh, I have carved. I'm missing. Okay. 1, 2. Right. That'll be another 15 runed. Which she could use to get like a hero piece to 4 or a champion piece through some of the later ones. Trying to do expensive things. Expensive-ish things, anyway. Yeah, she's actually having a hard time spending her Valor Stones. She's not a lot of spare. Oh, he's being real cute right now. Like, he's always cute, but sometimes he gets in this mood where he's just real smushy. That's my dog, Moose. If you've never met him, he's gonna be 2 years old very soon. And I just can't believe he's not a little baby puppy anymore. He's a big baby puppy. Yeah, he's a shepherd mix. Shepherd, husky, malamute, cattle dog, etc. He's a local shelter special. He's also perfect. He's the best dog. Okay, let's pop this in. I have a completed checklist. Here we go. I had a German Shepherd mix. She was the best dog from Humane Society. Yeah, they're all so like unique and individual and special. Alright, I have some choices here. I can work on my Delver's meta. I think I'm going to get the Delver's meta done as I level another character 70 to 80 because I'm going to be doing the Delves then. I think maybe I'm going to work a little bit on Family Battler of Undermine because I feel like I'm getting closer. Let's have a little look here, see. Presley Wavecutter. Let's track. Family Battler of Undermine. So I've already got 3 of the achievements completely finished. She's done for Elemental. We could use her for flying. Forgot you had a moose cam. It's easy to forget because I turn it off if he's not around because just to have the little extra stream estate, and he usually sleeps in the front room. He has to be in a very specific mood to come in here and sleep with me. But I'm really happy whenever he does because he's just so cute. Alright, drilling down. Let's grab our little rematch string here. Grab a team. Grab a script, make sure they're all leveled. It looks like they are. If I were to get a dog, it would be a corgi. Let's have some corgi friends. They're fun. They're scrappy. Gotta go get lunch. Take care. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, hopefully. Oh, this should be a fast strategy. It's only like 4 moves. Explode, lightning shield, flyby, predatory strike, and cold darkness. Hope this works. We'll get some pet charms. I want to get my pet collection up a little bit. I know I've been gearing alts and that's been fun for the season. Ooh, 2 minutes on 2 minutes on Big Dig actually. That's what I was gonna do. We'll do this strat and then we'll log on to the priest and see if we can make it out there for the Azerothian Archives. I only need to do it once a week. I just gotta remember one time in the week. I don't think this is working real well. Is it working? Might be working. We're swapping a lot. I don't think that's ideal. Also, maybe that was supposed to kill him. My pets might not meet the required stats. For this particular setup. I can probably do it with these pets. I probably just need to do it better. Here, let's forfeit and try it again. Actually, let's forfeit and go over to make it to the dig that I wanted to do. Puppy. I'll puppy cam while we log over. With his favorite toy. Well, favorite toy of the moment anyway. He's a fickle boy. Sometimes he just likes taking one of those like rubber chuck-it balls and just like chewing it almost. Like not like gnawing on it, but he'll just kind of put it in his mouth and I don't fully understand, but he seems to get a kick out of it. You gotta keep your chompers in shape, huh, buddy? He's so soft. I've been brushing him outside every chance I get to get his spring coat off of him outdoors and not indoors, but I still need to vacuum like real bad. Alright, so we're going to Dragonflight. Let's take a portal to get there. We're going to zip there as fast as we can. This is a shorter event, so you don't have a ton of extra leeway. I probably have a portal, like a dungeon portal that would take me close by. Maybe like... Here, let's go Dragonflight. Azure Vault. Let's port to Azure Vault. That might be good. I have not received any miscellaneous mechanica lately. I am still holding the same 2, maybe 3 that I've had this whole time. The only hope is that maybe we start getting more of them as we start getting regular Paragon caches. Oh, hey, she's a Delver's Bounty. Wait, what? But I don't know if I'm hoping, if I'm strong hoping for that. Same 3 for me since the patch started. Oh. Guys, he's tired. My puppy bear is tired. He's such a teddy bear when he's sleepy like this. He'll sit right next to me on the couch and he'll kind of like shove his face onto my lap and then just snooze. And he's so soft. He's so warm and soft. Okay. I am here. I am grabbing the weekly and we're digging. The important thing is just to make sure that you do the boss, because that's the only thing you actually have to do, but you can get extra fragments and whatever. I'm working on... Oh yeah, you got 7 minutes here. I want a dog now. I love having a dog. I knew I had like a dog-shaped hole in my life before I got him. Because I've had dogs before, so I really like the rhythm of doing the walks every day and you know, all of the important stuff you got to do. Stand near him for instructions. How are we doing? From the vendor. Breeze spider. Historian's dapper cap. Is that it? Is that the last thing I need? I have basically no fragments. It is. There's only one thing left for me on this vendor, it looks like. No, that's not true. I also need this gun. I don't have the light touch. Never mind. There's multiple things. I'll get the hat next, though. Now that the weather's warmer, we have to start carrying water every time we go for a walk with him because he heats up so fast. So if it's even over like maybe 16 degrees Celsius and sunny, then he needs water mid-walk. Poor guy. I have a great little water bottle though that has a cap that screws onto it that is a good shape for him to drink out of. And then you can kind of pour whatever he doesn't drink back into the bottle so that you don't have to dump it out every time because sometimes he just wants a little bit. Got my first healer with a 4 set. Maybe you'll see a difference with that. Didn't even have the 2 set. Dogs are awesome. I shouldn't look at him too much. I'm going to spook him. One of the things I love a lot about having a dog is that it gives me kind of an excuse to meet other people's dogs. Like, I'm sure you can do it even if you don't have a dog, but Moose will introduce himself to some dog. And then they'll be saying hi. And then after Moose has said hi to the dog, sometimes if I like kneel down at the dog's level, the dog might want to see me. And then sometimes I get to pet the dog. And I meet a lot of dogs that way. We have a pretty good success rate. I love all of them, but I love the friendly dogs that when they realize somebody wants to say hi to them, they just like come over to you and they like turn their side to lean against your leg and they just look up at you and like, hi. And you can just give them gentle little scritches and it's like the best part of the day. Actually, the best part of the day is waking up in the morning because Moosey's so happy to see you first thing in the morning, but I like getting to visit all the different neighborhood dogs. Orc looks majestic in that dress. Yep. I think that the rose in the mouth really sells it. This is, I stepped on an atomic recalibrator. I've got 6 minutes left of this. I like to try to turn myself into a tall race for raid nights. He's ready to party. Oh yeah. I forgot they dance like that. Slow down and being an Undermine though. I guess I haven't been super vigilant about doing all of the rares that I was supposed to do every week, but the trouble was that they weren't dropping any for me anyways. None of my miscellaneous mechanica came from them. And I was on top of it for a while. It just seems like the drop rate is so bad that it just feels bad to even try. I may never get those mounts at this rate. the world might just move on and I'm just gonna move on and forget. You get, what, 5,000? Yeah, you get 5,000 from the weekly, so that's the main thing that we're after. We don't particularly have to do the little jobs. They help a little bit. If I really wanted to finish this quickly, I would do all of the world quests for fragments, and you could even do them across multiple characters, because I think fragments are a transferable currency now. But the Azerothian Archives world quests are kind of annoying. I don't really want to spam them like that. That is more a project than I'm willing to do. I'd rather just do this now and then when I remember and get 5k. I'm a little bit surprised they haven't tweaked the rate of Miscellaneous Mechanica. Maybe they won't? Possible. Are you excited about the return of trinkets to BGs? That's what you were talking about. I did not have that context when he said that earlier. I don't know. I haven't been able to play very much. I have not really had time, so I don't feel like I really ever got my feet under me with anomalies. Trinkets are fun. I thought Trinket Meta was good. He's talking about Hearthstone Battlegrounds. It is one of my favorite non-WoW games to play. Yeah. Earlier he just said, did you hear trinkets are coming back or something? And I'm like, in a doubt, like looking at my trinkets like, and then a trinket dropped that I didn't need, and then I was mad because I figured he manifested it. I'm gonna go hang out by the boss so I don't forget. Look at this. Look at the puppy with his little soft paws. He's just an itty bitty little baby. He's actually on the bed today instead of oozing halfway off of it. I wonder if it's because I left my laundry rack up. He is sleepy. He got to play with one of his friends this morning for a minute. And also he saw the Easter Bunny, which is just any bunny that you see in the back half of April. So that got him quite excited too. Look at the orc in this mug. Do you think people walk around like this? Because they should. Look how big the backpack is in an orc. I only have 2 minutes left. Oh, actually you can't see anything. Sorry, I was talking about WoW. And looking at this mug. You couldn't see it at all. You were just looking at the dog. Oh, but he's dreaming. He's dreaming. At this rate, he's gonna start sleepwolfing. Or sleep something else in. Run after that bunny. That was a very hips-driven dream. Normally, they're a little bit more kicky. Oh dear. Give me my 5,000 fragments, thank you. Gonna have to do 3 weeks of this just to buy that last hat. Because I'm sitting on 6,200. Plus we can get a couple extras. Not many. It's just because the last things you need are so expensive. That's 10,000, and then this is 15,000. But that's why we're popping by. Alright. Take her home. I'm waiting to see if he starts dreaming again. He does pretty good sleep lifts. Get overwhelmed with all that I would like to do in the game. Yeah. I tend to ping pong a lot, where I'll just sort of zip between different objectives and just chip away at them and then come back and do them in like lots of little chunks. And it's not a bad way to do things, but it's not terribly organized. I'm gonna pick a different strategy for this. Let's try this one. Because I was not having any luck with that one. So we're gonna delete that team. Try this one. I like it when we see breed any. Hang on. This is for drilling down. Oh, that's my problem. I'm silly. I'm at the wrong... It was a strategy for the wrong tamer. Oops. Do I even need this? Elemental Battler. So this is Presley Wavecutter. I do need this. I had entirely the wrong strategy. I'm getting my pet tamers mixed up over here. Let's try that. Just finished getting Nomi on my ults. Oh man. Hazel, my puppy turns 2 today. She's growing up so fast. Happy birthday to your puppy. You guys got anything special for her? Moosey's birthday is in May. How did they grow up so fast? When did they become such big grown-up doggies? I'm not okay. How long is he? Oh, how old is he? He's gonna be 2 as well. He's maybe a month younger than Kinley's dog. If your dog likes dogs, they might... Moosey probably would want to be friends. He loves all dogs, but he especially loves dogs his age and younger. Anybody that's young enough to have some, like, vim and vigor, got some zoomies, he is super game to play. He has, like a spidey sense for other puppies. He can sense them from, like, 2 blocks down. Gonna make her dog-safe pancakes. Aw, that's adorable. That's cute. Vegetables and stuff. Masika got chicken for his birthday last year, I think. Depending on how busy I am, I might try to catch him a fish. He loves fish. I steamed him a bass, and he like lost his mind. That wasn't for his birthday. That was just because I caught a bass. But if I catch him a fishy, maybe I'll cook a fishy for his birthday. Although we don't know when his exact birthday is. It's kind of hard to say. Because we have in the data we got from the shelter, there's 2 different dates that it could have been, and they also could be guessing. We don't really know. But one of the dates is also, it's very sad. I mean, it's happy, but it's also my wedding, and Moosey can't come because the venue does not allow pets. And it's on his birthday. I'm gonna like stop at home to give him a big birthday hug, like in my dress before going to dinner. What are we doing? Oh, I wanted to do more family battler stuff. That's right. So we had Presley Wavecutter right here in front of us. And we wanted to make sure we've done her with any... Yeah, let's do Beast. Let's get a Beast string here. I lost her. Presley? Oh, literally right to the left of me. There we go. Remind me. Wedding photos with Moose. I don't think so, because the photographer's only at the venue. We don't have them for very long. It's a real budget affair, and Moose can't go to the venue. We're gonna have... I mean, we can DIY some. we can... I don't know. We'll figure something out, but we're probably not going to have any. I wanted him to come, but you can't have everything in life. Have you seen wedding live painters that paint you and your pets? I have not. I've never heard of that. That does sound cute. I do have a bow tie for him. I mean, he wears a bow tie anyway, but I have a black one that's a little bit fancier than his flannel bow tie. And then we're gonna go on a honeymoon, and Moose isn't coming to that either. He's gonna stay with my sister. He's gonna have an absolute blast. He's gonna have so much fun while we're gone. But I'm gonna miss him. But we decided not to bring the dog on the honeymoon because then the honeymoon becomes 100% about the dog. And which things you can and cannot do when you have a dog traveling with you. But it's hard. I'm very attached to Mr. Moosey. I love him a lot. I think he's going to be really mad at us. The longest we left him for was 24 hours. And we got a pet sitter, mind you, but that was the longest we left him for. Was when I went to Vancouver for my birthday. I'm just going to improvise here. I don't think my moves got set correctly. Should be fine though. Luckily, that is not a mech pet. If that was a mech pet, I would have been in trouble. So that was Beast. Yeah. We could do Dragonkin. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with At any point, switch to your appropriate pet depending on which enemy is in. Is Dragonkin a hard fight for this? It might be. Do I have this team? Oh, I have a Kalandu. I didn't know that I did. Do we have a script? Try it. I don't have dupes of any pets at all. I keep one of each. It looks like we've got Stormborn, Obsidian Warwhelp, and a Kalandu in this strat. I think these fights have some RNG because of Swabby. Oh. I haven't been paying enough attention. Maybe he like switches your pet out? Had to restart before. Gotcha. Seems to be going pretty well, though. I'm not saying Stormborn's gonna solo it, but they've made some real headway. Oh, we're switching, it looks like. So it looks like Call Darkness and then maybe Nocturnal Strike. I don't remember this pet. This is like a dark nether whelpling. It's awesome. It's really cute. I don't remember this at all. I leveled it at some point. Are you just watching? I'm using a script, so I'm tapping my A key to select the next move, but it's based on parameters set in the script that I imported. It's pretty low lift. Elemental. Presley. So we need a magic team now. I think it's from Dragonflight. Enchanted Lantern, Abyssius, and an Enchanted Broom. Pet battle scripts and rematch. It's a pair of add-ons. You need both of them to do this. And then Zufu's Pet Battles is the website where I'm getting my strats and scripts from. It's pretty good. Makes this kind of thing a lot easier. It's still a lot of input, but my favorite Undermine World Quest. I like the oil cleaning one as well. I'm a little sad because I think it's Steam Weedle and I think I'm done with them. I don't think I need to do it anymore. They're just gonna have to stay oily. Okay. Remember when they decided to make Rumble instead of Battle Pets Mobile? I don't really... controversial take, I don't really want Battle Pets Mobile. I don't think it would be any fun. It's just not for me. I don't know. Maybe you could design it in a way, but like, it just sounds like the mission table mobile. A way to do chores that you were doing anyway, but on a different screen. I don't know. I think I just don't get it. Yeah, different cartels. Some cartel world or some world quests are for everybody, and then some of them are cartel specific. Nice. All right, there's another one. I'll be glad when I'm seeing the back of this tamer because of the RNG thing. Presley. Nice. So we need to do her with mechanical and undead, and then we're done with her. So it looks like our mechanical team is asking for a timeless mechanical dragonling, of course, and a tranquil mechanical yeti and a microbot. They are all leveled. Lovely.
Got any good cargo?
But yeah, Warcraft Rumble didn't exactly. I think I'm just not a mobile game person. I don't think they're gonna commit with anything on a phone or an iPad that I'm gonna feel a need to spend a bunch of time playing. If I want to play a game like that, I can play my Switch. Little Animal Crossing. Little Stardew Valley. But I think that's also just speaking to the fact that I don't go out anywhere. I'm not the person that's commuting on a train with 2 hours to kill each way. I think then mobile games start to make a lot of sense. I'm not traveling a lot. I'm not on planes all the time. I'm home. So I always have my PC. Possible to mod Pokemon and skin them as WoW pets, but at that point just play Pokemon. I did have a big Pokemon Go phase. That was probably the most time I ever put into a mobile game. And then I realized I was being a menace to myself and others. Or not a menace, but I wasn't aware enough of my surroundings. It's not like I was walking into traffic, but I just didn't feel safe anymore. I haven't tried Pokemon Go in a long time. I'm not sure what they've done to it. Undead, yeah? Yeah. Fragment of Suffering. Fragment of Anger and Cursed Vermin. Good old Cursed Vermin. When Pokemon Go first released, that was such a magical time. Yeah, I think that might have been the last societal unity that we're likely to see for a while. Oh, that was really spanning generation gaps. It did get me like out exploring different parks and areas that I wouldn't have otherwise gone to. And it was kind of fun to go to new places to see what sort of things they might have in Pokemon Go. But you can do the same thing without the mobile game. You just call it birding. Wonder what kind of birds they have here. I'm gonna go look for birds. Did I really name my Fragment of Suffering Boo-hoo? Oh my. I think the TCG Pokemon app kind of fun sometimes, every now and then. Remember, I can open some Pokemon packs. Did not know that was a thing. Nice. Alright, I think that's Presley Wave Cutter completely done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 more battles, but across just 2 tamers, because Bax and Presley are completely done now. Let's go do Let's go pop by Creech just to do elemental. Where is Creech anyway? Does it have coordinates for them anywhere? Approach the Croach. Oh, that's where it is. There's our map pin. I like the app because it cuts down on how much I spend on IRL packs. I mean, I'm not gonna hobby sham here, but how much were we spending? Pokemon cards are important. Is it a game that people play with them, or is it mainly just collecting? Are you guys like playing with friends? Because I feel like some TCG things are just kind of a way for people to print money. Literally. Alright, we're doing this with Elemental. We want an Elemental team for Approach the Croach. We are gonna do... Looks like... Do I have these pets? Did I ever get a Cinder Honey Ember Stinger? It sounds new. Sure did. Leveled and everything. Imagine that. So proud of myself. Depends. Do it for collecting with spending between 100 and 300 a month. Oh, okay.
What's cooking? Always read the labels.
Can't be as bad as Magic players. Hey, if you got the budget for it and it's bringing you joy, not for me to judge. Oh, he's sleeping on his paw like a pillow. He's got a foot folded under his cheek. He's a muffin. He's a blueberry muffin. This seems to be working pretty good. This should get me an achievement. These seem a little bit more straightforward. I know some people with Magic decks that are worth big money. Cut spending recently because I'm saving up to afford my trip to see Sleep Token in the fall. Is that a band? It is a band. Oh. It's a progressive metal rock alternative indie band. That's a lot of genres for the AI overview to pull up. Hard to put them in a genre. Yeah, some people are like that. I always feel indie is a very catch-all genre because it doesn't necessarily, like, sometimes it means a specific sound, but not, I don't know, I feel like it's very flexible. So let's take a look. Let's do a mechanical team, yeah? These are nice and fast. I want to get Foreman. He's a little hyena baby and he's yellow. And I want to name him George.
A potion a day.
You can spend money. I just do free ones. I don't do the battles. I just collect them. Oh. I see. I've been looking at different Animal Crossing villagers because I'm at the point in my new Animal Crossing Island playthrough where I'm getting different people moving in. Henry was the first guy to come by my campsite and move in, which I was very excited about because I love him. And then, I don't know, I was kind of, I shouldn't do it because whenever I look through the list of like all of the villagers of a given personality type to try to pick which ones I might like, it's such low odds to randomly find a specific one. And it's better if you just have like a specific third of them, you know, but like I don't know, it's hard when you find some things that, because I'm not really the kind of person that's going to spend money or like talk to other people to try to like get one given away in a Discord server or anything. Henry is a frog. Henry is kind of a smug frog. He wears like a denim shirt. He has a very classy house. He's great. he's got great energy. He's very sophisticated. Pancake ingredients acquired. Nice. I also got a pangolin. I got Annabelle the pangolin, but she has the same personality as Penelope the mouse, so I think Penelope's on the chopping block if she ever decides she wants to leave. Alright, what else we doing? Did we do mechanical? We did. We do undead. Risen saber kitten, perhaps? And Mr. Bigglesworth coming in clutch again.
What's in the mix?
Why did I forget this frog villagers? One of my favorites is Ketchup. Ketchup kind of, he's cute, but he kind of freaks me out. His coloring combined with the name makes me wonder if someone's just gonna come around and just chomp him, just ow. See you later, Ketchup. Shouldn't have walked next to that hot dog. Bad day, dude. But I like Coco and people think she's possessed, so it's no accounting for taste. Who else do I have? I have Boots. He is a crocodile with polka dots that wears like a really silly shirt. I need to give him a better shirt, but he's like a jock. He's a jock croc. I just love that he looks like a tomato. I need the ducks with bangs are really cute. Uh-oh, my battery's running out. Oh, I guess I'm over time. I'm having fun. Plus my Moosey's snoozing with me. Oh, he might start to dream again. I saw his face twitch. Don't know if I have a favorite frog. A lot of people love Lily. She's very cute. I think Henry's my favorite frog, though. Although he's actually... I have another frog on my island. He came with my island. He was one of the first... Oh, no, he didn't come with it, but he was one of the first people to move in the quest houses he built. And his name is Prince. And he's kind of terrifying looking because he has like a patch in his face that looks like stubble and then a patch in his face that looks like human lips that are like trying to break out from underneath the frog. I don't know what his deal is. I guess it has to do with like frog kissing, but it's like horrifying. And he's really cute. He's a lazy villager, so like his personality is adorable. It's not his fault that he's ugly. But I don't know if I can handle him. Let's do magic. Especially because I have Henry coming and I don't usually double up on animal types. There's no reason not to, but I just want more variety, you know? More chances to get like a really cool animal in your village. So we're gonna get a new team. With a script.
Got a special recipe for you.
No uglies on my island. Sometimes I wanna love the uglies because someone should. I know they're not real, but it just feels mean. But then, you know, here, let me pull up a picture just for reference here. Prince, ACNH, images. This is what my boy looks like. This is the situation. It's kind of tough going. He grows on you a little bit. Henry he's got his little denim shirt. He's very cute. Jean Bet. Let me Google her. She's also a bit frightening. I don't know if I would want her on my island. Henry's classic like that. The way the community is about ugly villagers is so funny. I like Cookie and Mitzi. I love the deer. I love fauna. And Bo, the deer villagers are very cute. But we'll see who moves in. I have a tendency to get very kind of mid-range villagers and then just wait for them to grow on me and at least tell myself that I'm unique. Or not unique, but like it's not like a, I don't know, a stereotypical island. I was so stoked to see Henry though. I thought he was gonna be everybody's favorite, and then I like looked it up and then I was like, no, I'm thinking of Raymond. That's everybody's favorite. When I was a kid, I loved Fang and Freya. Yeah, the wolves are super cute. Okay, did I get all of the creatures? No, we need to do beast. I think I'm just gonna finish this Tamers, guys, and then maybe tomorrow I'll fill in the rest of the gaps and get this done. I want George. I'm gonna pull him out and everything. Everybody loves Raymond? Kind of, yeah. I know, I get the reference, but he's a very popular Animal Crossing villager. He's the one that's most likely to sell for like a bunch of money on eBay. Used to be obsessed with Julian. He was also the first card I ordered from Etsy. Marshall, the sassy squirrel. I had Hazel, the squirrel, with the unibrow on my last island, the last save file that I had before this one. And I couldn't quite bring myself to get rid of her because we were both Hazel, and that was very cute. And she's a squirrel. And it's not her fault she has a unibrow. You know, not everybody wants to pluck. That's fine. But I'm not exactly like sitting on the edge of my seat waiting for her to show up again. My sisterly villager right now, my Uchi villager, is Quinn. She's an eagle. I think she's pretty cool. I have to really like a starter villager to keep them because they don't get their custom houses. It's only the later ones that move in that get to do their houses their own way. But you can redo their houses if you have the DLC. Okay, all right. How are we doing? Family Battler of Undermine. We need to do flying. And I think that's it. One more team, and then I'm going to go for today. This one seems much easier than Presley was.
What's in the mix?
Nice. Maybe there's a secret Squirrel Squad member. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty, it's not a very, like, deep cut pun. I don't think I'm the only person that came up with a squirrel named Hazel. I guess I'm not literally a squirrel. Yet. Love Hazel in Animal Crossing. Starter villager for me, and I still have her. I like her attitude. She's just kind of cool, you know? She's not trying too hard. And I know that, you know, all villagers of that same personality type will be like that, but they grow on you when you have them around for a long time. Oh, that was easy. Some card game had a Hazel Squirrel character, I think. I feel like Squirrel Girl is getting a resurgence in popularity because of Marvel Rifles. Alright, so the only other things we need left for Family Battler is just a bunch of precision power drills. So we'll do that tomorrow. And then I'll finally have that finished. For the moment, let's get bopping out of here. I'm going to wrap up for the day. Thank you very much for joining me. I had a lovely time. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. It'll be Friday morning starting at 9 a.m. Pacific. I appreciate the company and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.